It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone Talks on this Friday evening. I hope to find you all well. Great week. Got some news for you, of course, and also I did a video. I put it up about 45 minutes ago about the whole Jimmy Savile drama with YouTube or with BBC. So for anybody that doesn't know, BBC in all their wisdom have decided to do a mini series on the paedophile Jimmy Savile. Now, because I've mentioned the word paedophile quite a few times in the last video, YouTube in all their good wisdom have decided to limit the video, and even after a review, I've lost. This is the first review that I've actually lost. Apparently, you cannot talk about BBC and Jimmy Savile, and I think it's an absolute disgrace. So they're not. So basically, what they've done is they stopped me from earning any money on the 20-minute video where I'm just talking about the thing, and apparently they have a problem with that. I do have some Doctor Who news. Eddie Ascaro put it up earlier, so I'll just read what's being said. So Eddie, of course, is as you know, is a friend of this channel, and he also gets some information. So again, as I said, this comes from Eddie's talk. Subscribe to his channel as well, by the way. It's Talk to Doctor TV on YouTube. So the news is basically this. Where is it? Hold on now. Bear with me for just 1 second. Right. So, again, as Eddie would actually say, you know, every piece of news that we get, rumor, speculation, and all of that. So, filming, apparently, if this source is correct, is begin to start within the next 3 to 4 weeks. But it's COVID dependent. So obviously with the COVID restrictions happening in the UK, we've got to see what kind of restrictions they're going to have in Wales. They may only be filming in Roadlock and doing external stuff elsewhere in the UK. Nothing is definite yet. And he said that he'd already tweeted it, and I could quote him. So we're quoting him on the channel. So November is when they're hoping, obviously, to start filming. So, as I said, you know, until BBC come out with any official announcement, it's all rumor and speculation. But I will say about Eddie and his sources, they do be pretty spot on. So, I mean, it would make more sense the end of the last 2 weeks in November. But again, it's all rumor and speculation until obviously it's verified. But do please check out Eddie's channel. Check out his Twitter feed as well. He will leave you news there. But back to this Jimmy Savile thing. Now, obviously, you guys will probably want to talk about something completely different. But if anybody does want to actually give me their opinions on the whole Jimmy Savile saga, I honestly, if you watch my video, you will see the reasons why I think they shouldn't be doing it. I actually got very passionate in that video, to be quite honest. But YouTube has deemed it not suitable for advertisers. So there you go. So if you haven't checked it out, please do, because I'll be doing a lot more videos like that from now on. And it was a good one to start off with. It's absolutely disgusting what this organization is doing. To be honest with you, You know, imagine sinking that low. And I don't care victims, they've gotten victims to be part of this. This is exploitation. Those people, listen, as I say in my video, this is all well and good doing this thing when all the victims have passed away. Why dig it all up and make the victims relive this all over again? And I'll tell you why. It's simple. Ratings. BBC don't give a shit about telling a story, because if they did, they would have ousted the man when he was behaving like that on their premises all those years ago. Right? This is a sly way of BBC saying, okay, we're facing up to the fact that we made mistakes. Here's a mini drama series now on it. Look at how good we are. Get away. Get away. They're a disgusting organisation. It was ITV after Newsweek, sorry, I say it in the video. Newsweek refused to do the story when Jimmy Savile was actually exposed. So ITV took up the story. And only for ITV, none of this Jimmy Savile business would have come out, because BBC were still trying to sweep it under the carpet. So, yeah, it's absolutely disgusting what they're doing. I agree, Chris. They should be making it. I mean, wait until the victims are at least dead, you know, before you make this. And then if you want to make it, I'd say fine. If the family, the surviving relatives of those victims agree and say that the story needs to be told. And don't get me wrong, you know, apparently some of the victims have said that the story needs to be told. But in fairness, come on, there'll be people there that won't want this all dragged up again. I think it's in bad taste, to be honest with you. So if people want to give their opinion on that, you're more than welcome to do so. Or if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, remember, this show is all about you guys. So as they say, the moment has been prepared for. Let's get the link into the chat. And then what we'll do then is we will start to bring you guys on after I do a few shout outs as you do. So there's the link in the chat. Now I'm going to read out, some of you guys are in the chat, so I'm going to read you out. If I could scroll up. I dropped T on my computer, and now the D-pad doesn't work properly, and I have to mess around with it. So I'll just name the names that I have here, unfortunately. So if you want to say hello to me, I will give you as a shout out. So we've got Dr. Dave, we got Lee Anthony Davis, we got Problem Being, we've got Terence Kent, welcome. The computer dried out anyway, but I think it's a bit sticky because it was tea. You know, me jacket hit off it when I was bringing Ted down, and there was a full cup of tea beside, and it flipped over. We got Daniel here, Chris Persia, me #1 mod, mod king of all channels. Welcome. We've got I can never say it properly, so I'm just going to say that. Welcome. We've got Carl here as well. We've got Maz1. Welcome, Maz. Welcome. Thank you, by the way. People won't know what I'm thanking you for, but thank you. We got Peter D here as well. Welcome. We got Matt Jones also. Remember, guys, the link is in the chat. So if you want to come on and have a bit of a chat with me, come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is all about you guys. Just wait to see if there's any more names. Oh, we got PD Rich here. I actually use, believe it or not, Rich, I actually use the heater in the bathroom. We got a fan heater in the bathroom that stuck the whole computer up beside it. It was mad. But yeah, it's not that bad. We've got Emma here as well. Welcome, Emma. Nice to have you here. We've got Matt Pot, but he says he's sleepy at 6 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. I will keep it down. Here, do you want us to sing you a lullaby? We'll sing you a lullaby, will we? Twinkle, twinkle. I'm only messing. I won't embarrass you like that. Welcome. We got the Tin King here as well. And we've got Gary Hewitt. Get well soon, Problem Being. Why is Lee? Have I missed something? Is Lee sick? I hope you're all right, Lee. Who else have we got? Who else have we got? We've got Matt. Yeah, he's laughing because I said I threatened to sing a lullaby to him. Yeah, yeah. Well, don't worry, we won't do that. We won't do that. We won't do that. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm just waiting. We've only got 2 people in. I'll put the link in again. Don't be shy. Please do come on. Even if you've been on before, at this stage, you might as well come on. You know. Oh, you have the flu, lads. Oh, Jesus. We'll get well soon. You know what to do. Plenty of vitamin C. Plenty of Lensip or lemon and honey. Right, we've got 3 people waiting. That's fantastic. We've got 4 people waiting, 5 people waiting. Now everybody's just jumping in now. That's fantastic. Love it, love it. Right, this is how this goes, just in case people are not familiar. What we do is we bring a guest on one at a time. They get 10 minutes each to talk about what they want to talk about. And then we move on to the next guest, so on and so on. So we might as well get our first guest on because I don't want to keep the rest of you all waiting. So we will start with our first guest. And our first guest tonight on the Tardis Zone Talks is the one and only Charlotte. Welcome, Charlotte.
Hello.
How are you? How are you doing?
Good. I'm not ill, which seems to be a good thing compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I think we've shielded ourselves away, so we're good. We're good. So, what would you like to talk about this week?
It's a Who-related thing, but it's more to do with merchandise and promoting.
No problem. Go for it. Knock yourself out.
Well, on Tuesday, Dan did a stream, and it made me think. And then you putting out that video that they're doing a David Tennant bear alongside a Jodie bear. I found out afterwards.
Oh.
And so a few people said in the chat, in the comments, that they are doing a Jodie bear, but it's the fact that they're doing a David Tennant bear as well. And I've just been thinking, it's so odd that we're in it, that I can't remember another time where we've got a current Doctor and they're literally like 3rd place when it comes to promotion. It's crazy. Like the more you're seeing 10 everywhere, you're seeing Big Finish doing their promotions, like they've just announced the War Doctor stuff.
Yeah.
Next year they're going to have Chris coming back, so he's going to get a load of promotion.
Yeah.
And it feels like the BBC have basically admitted defeat almost. That we have a current Doctor and she's not getting the limelight anymore when it comes to announcements or promotion.
I agree. I mean, look, how long have we been saying it on the channel? We've been saying it for over a year now.
No, but the thing that made me realise was on Dan's stream, do you know that game they've announced with Jodie and Ten?
Yeah.
He actually apparently talked to some Jodie fans, and he said that they told him they feel like she's been undermined, which I thought was very interesting. So even the Jodie fans now, or apparently the ones that Dan spoke to, and I'd be intrigued if anybody in the chat, I know Emma's there, feels this sort of thing of she's been undermined because they keep going back to other Doctors.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is that, but I think it's also a little bit of they know that she's not popular. I'm sorry, like I know she has fans, right? I'm not going to deny that she doesn't have fans. Jodie Whittaker does have fans, but does she have enough to sustain this show, to keep this show going?
Well, obviously not. If you go off,
no. And that's why they keep bringing the War Doctor or Tom Baker or the 8th Doctor, or as you said yourself, getting Big Finish, getting Christopher Eccleston should have been a big eye opener to people, because to convince that man to come back was huge, right? But why did they convince him to come back? Because
and the timing of it,
been suffering as well. Everybody, all the merchandise sales have been suffering, so they need to make money. And like fair enough, I called it a cash grab. But if it worked out and they actually write something decent, fair play to them. They deserve to make money because they have suffered just like the fans have too. So I understand it in a way, but let's be honest, we could see it. It is a cash grab. She is being undermined, but I think it's because, as we reported on this channel, BBC have lost faith in this iteration of Doctor Who. They don't believe in it. It's simple.
Yeah.
Look, at the evidence backs me up. And what's the evidence? People will ask. Well, the evidence is the lack of promotion of this whole era. There has been no really promotion since Series 11. When she got cast, there was loads of promotion. Jordan Series 11 got promoted very heavily. But as soon as Series 12 came along, remember, it just dropped. Everybody
I was gonna say, I was trying to pin it down in my head, and it was after that finale, wasn't it? Like all at once, we got all these announcements.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get even more next year because let's be honest, even if they manage then, if Eddie's source is right, even if they manage to start some sort of filming by the end of November, then that means we probably won't get a series next year broadcast. Yeah. I think so they're going to have a whole year of telly.
Unless they throw it out straight away, unless they fast track, they film what they have to film, put it all together and fast track it and try get it out. But I'm like you, I've got a sneaky suspicion that they'll show the festive special on New Year's Day. That will be classed as a new year. So they gave us Doctor Who that year. And I reckon they will make us wait till 2022.
Yeah, but this is my point. Then you'll have a year without Jodie technically on screen, and she hardly gets promotion when she's on screen. So you've got a year of her off screen. I mean, Daniel have been joking. Next year's the year of Big Finish. They've got so many big box sets coming out of all of the Doctors. And this is what I found interesting with those announcements, because I know you don't follow Big Finish as much. The Dalek Universe box set, the Chris box set, now this War Doctor box set, they're all in collaboration with BBC Studios.
That's quite telling.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That the fact that the commercial arm, the people who are in charge of the actual main show, have basically stacked up their year next year of other Doctors.
Well, think about it. You see all the rebranding that BBC Studios did on all their social media. They actually said that there's been changes being made behind the scenes. So this absolutely makes sense that BBC Studios would get involved. Because remember, when BBC Studios were involved, right, it went big in America. They did a huge promotion in America. That's why the show became global, thanks to BBC Studios. Thanks to people like, what's his face that's in charge now?
Tim Davie.
Tim Davie. He was there when Doctor Who was at its height in popularity. He was the man at BBC Studios. So if BBC Studios now are taking over all of these things, they need to go in there now and do something with the show, though. It's all well and good to get Big Finish sorted out and whatever, and they deserve it because they have suffered. But get the main show right now. Go in there like a wrecking ball and get out the people that shouldn't be there, replace them with people that understand this bloody show and try. And it's going to be an uphill struggle. Fans back. But I tell you one thing, you put Doctor Who on the screen that's at least half decent, I will watch because...
we all will. But here's the problem. They're trying to serve two masters then, because you've got all these merchandise and Big Finish and all this stuff that's basically for the long-term fans. The Jodie fans, some of them might listen to it if they've got into Big Finish, but it's not for them. It's for the long-term fans.
Yeah,
so right. You've got the BBC Studios trying to get money off the long-term fans, whereas Chris Chibnall and his production team are basically spitting in the face of the long-term fans.
Yeah.
And I think this is the problem with the brand overall, that there's no cohesion right now. You've got too many mixed messages going out. So that's why fans are just going... I honestly think maybe that's why some fans have got this like melee, because they sort of don't know what direction anything is right now.
Well, I think the Comic-Con knocked a lot of this stuff out of the Jodie Whittaker fans, if I'm honest, because... and I feel it. Do you know what? People will say, well, you go after them and all of this. That's when, look, the only time that happens is when they come after me, right? I don't set out to go after anybody. But even I can say that I felt so sorry for them during that Comic-Con. Like, we were watching and we were even, like, shocked. You give them 2 photographs. They've stayed loyal to you since the day that she was cast. right? They've watched your show. Well, we'll argue whether they're all watching, but some watch your show. For those that have watched your show, and I watched the 2 seasons, so I wanted to see a trailer too. But for them, I just wanted to see the trailer for the type view so we could analyze it, take it apart, and kind of come up with our theories, right? But for them, this is something they would have been looking forward to.
It's some excitement, for God's sake. They've not had it for months.
And what happens, he puts 2 photos up, one where they're sitting around the table and another one where Jodie's in a jumpsuit with chalk. Brilliant. What are we supposed to figure out from that?
No, but that's what I mean. I think at the end of series 13, nobody's going to be happy because the Jodie fans. Because here's another thing: if you think about when it comes to overshadowing and Jodie being like pushed to one side, she's had one series as her own Doctor. By a second series, he's added another bloody Doctor.
Yeah. It does look like you bring up a terrific point that it does feel like they are trying to undermine her at every step, and I just can't get my head around that because he did make such a big deal that she was cast. You know, and they made a big deal during the promotion during the Series 11. I mean, we have always said on this channel, and we've been criticised and told that we're liars, where we said chaos in Cardiff happened, right? We even put up some compelling evidence at the time, and if you actually go back and watch the videos at that time, you will see that I put up some compelling evidence, right? We had that Tolson Cole video where he was asked, was Jodie Whittaker doing our lines, right? There was another thing as well where BBC Radio themselves, a local radio, that they reported that there was trouble behind the scenes in Series 11, and that carried on into the production of Series 12. We called it on this channel. There's still deniers that ever happened, that chaos in Cardiff happened.
There's people not believing it.
It hasn't been right ever since. Sorry, Charlotte, go ahead. But it hasn't been right ever since the end of Series 11. So whatever happened between the start of Series 11 to the end of Series 11, why did it go so catastrophically wrong in between that time? Something happened in between that time. So what happened for them to not give Series 12? Because remember, we got rumors that it was going to be put out in March, and literally it was put out. It was like, bang, there's Series 12, bang, there you go. There was no promotion.
The promotion was terrible. And here's the thing, like, I honestly think they'll be amazed. I'll be amazed if they do 10 episodes next series. With all these restrictions, with all the time that they're going to have to, everything's going to take twice as long probably filming because of everything. So I just think if they can't promote a full 10 episode series, they're going to be diabolical if they only have about 8 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
As some are floated around, that could be Series 13.
Yeah, another theory is that Series 13 be split in 2. They'd show some episodes next year, and then after the new year, they'd show the last few. But that'd keep her on longer. I don't know. Look, at this stage, as I said, we just have to wait for the BBC. But it is all strange. I mean, I've never seen so little promotion of a curtain Doctor than I've had. Listen, she got all the promotion, George. Do you know what? They probably, and I'm only joking about this, obviously, but they probably blew all their budget on the glass ceiling video and all the other crap that they did.
Well, they wasted it. That was bloody
and they had
terrible.
No budget for their promotion for Series 12, so they just threw it out and gave us an odd bit of information. I wouldn't be surprised. It's I don't know what is gone on or what's gone wrong, but something happened.
I think BBC Studios, I honestly think BBC Studios with these collaborations, it screams to me of they've lost confidence in this production team and Chibnall.
Yeah.
So they're literally
on this channel as well. That seems to be the case. Look at the evidence. You just have to look, right? I mean, you don't even have to have backs here to see what's happening. We can all see it happening in front of our eyes. The thing about it is that the Jodie Whittaker fans were in denial, but even they're starting to see now that something is not quite right here. But they're the guys, in fairness though, and I will plead to Whittaker fans here, you're the guys that actually have to start speaking up, because the BBC do actually listen to you guys. You need to be asking the questions. Why is Jodie Whittaker's doctor getting less promotion? You need to be getting on to these people and saying, what's the story like? When is this serious? You need to be asking questions like we always do, but they won't listen to us. So, you're the guys they seem to pander to. So start asking the questions. Why isn't Jodie Whittaker getting any promotion? Why is she being overshadowed at every turn or undermined, as Charlotte says? Because it does seem like that. Why have they lost confidence and faith in the show? They're things that you should be asking. You should be out there hounding the BBC on their official pages, asking why isn't there any trailers? Why didn't we get a trailer? You deserve that. You absolutely deserve that for your loyalty. I'll give you that. Nothing. I can't take that away from you. How loyal you have been.
Yeah, because some of them are incredibly loyal, so it's like they deserve something.
So you deserve it, right, Charlotte? We've actually gone over a little bit of time because I obviously interceded a few times, so I gave you an extra few minutes. But before you do go, do you want to plug anybody or do you want to tell people where? Oh, you don't do the social media thing, don't you? Not, but do you want to plug your Daniel's channel, obviously, and he's on later on as well. He's in the waiting patiently. He is, I have to say.
Yeah, so Daniel will be doing a stream with Blue, if my memory is working correctly, next, where they're reviewing A Terrible Big Finish. So it'll be lots of good fun with their suffering. So tune into that stream. Lovely. And I'll be tomorrow with everybody watching Classic.
That's it. Yeah, we're back. Oh, and I have a little special treat for you tomorrow that I've kept. I was going to show you last night, right? And then I thought, no, this has to be a surprise. Lee, all I'll say is Lee has prepared a little something, and I was blown away. I actually got a bit emotional. It's one of the nicest. Listen, you are going to love it. I can't wait to show you. To be honest with you, I've been kind of trying hard to hold back because it's so good. I'm going to show everybody, but you will see it tomorrow. So Lee has prepared a little something for tomorrow's Classic.
So you all have to tune in now.
Yeah, so you will have to tune in to have a look. And I'm telling you, you're going to be very impressed because, oh my God, you blew me away with it. I wasn't expecting that. He's a great chap. Thank you, Lee.
And get well, mate.
Get well soon. Charlie, listen, thanks for coming on, and I will see you tomorrow for the Classic Who Watch Along. And as usual, some great points there. You really, when you do come on, I have to be honest, you make everybody think after you go up, after you're finished your call.
Well, I have to give a bit of credit, Dan, but made me think about some of that stuff, stuff he was saying on his stream.
Even on Twitter, in some of the videos, the comments, people will say, oh, Charlotte brings up a very good point. So well done. Thanks for coming on, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you everybody tomorrow.
Bye. Right, let's bring on our next guest. There she goes. She's gone. Right. And everybody's saying, well done, Charlotte. So let's bring him on. We had him on a couple of weeks ago, and he's back now. And it's Josh. There he is. Hold on. Hopefully he comes up. Everything's a bit slow because my computer is... there he is.
Can you hear me?
He's up on the screen. Hello, Josh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I can. I don't know what's going on with my screen. I think I have to clear some disk space. I think it came up, so we might get a bit of it. Oh, look at that! Oh, hold on. I see. They were at when was it? Series 11 when they were actually doing all the promotion. Someone went to one of the cons. I think it was either San Diego or the New York Comic Con, and they actually had them there. They were amazing. They had them on a stall. They had Tom Baker ones as well. They actually have Doctor ones as well. That is amazing. Here, a big screen, so you could show everybody.
Okay. Cheers. So I got this at the Fan Expo Canada. I can't remember the booth. I'd love to find out anyone from Canada who was at the Fan Expo. and it's really cool. It changes color, about 7 of them. You can keep it at one color or not. They have a whole bunch of them. There was only, I think, 1 or 2 Doctor Who related ones, maybe only 1, but the TARDIS obviously is the most well known. And so here it is, and I'll just put it to the side. And it's a fascinating thing. And I was thanks for having me back. I remember on the last time you also, during the show, you said you had an interest in Star Trek. Personally, I have to be honest, I've never been a Star Trek fan. However, my favorite movie of all time has a bit of a Star Trek 3 theme. I'm going to see if you can guess it. I'll give you some clues, and anyone else. It's a sci-fi comedy. It features Tim Allen, Alan Rickman, and Sigourney Weaver. And it's a Galaxy Quest. Your homework. What?
Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that movie, mate. Love that movie. I think everybody does. Everybody has a soft spot for that movie. Yeah. So, what would you like to talk about tonight? Is there anything, or you just
I'd like to revisit the Doctor Who. We talked about some of the negative stuff, maybe some of the positive stuff. For example, I know that a lot of people give Stephen Moffat a hard time, but one thing people really have to remember is the one amazing thing that Stephen Moffat did was the 50th anniversary special. And you have to consider the pressure of 50 years of rabid, passionate fans. I include myself among that. And you've got a whole bunch of fans. You've got actors. Some of them have passed away. And who can you bring in? You've got a certain amount of time, and there's continuity. And how do you make everyone happy who's going to nitpick it to death? And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. They had a good story, which is where you start. Brought in a lot of references to tie the old with the new, and it's an incredible feat when you consider how they started with the old credits and then slowly colorized it. It was just brilliant. And the beauty of Doctor Who as a show, that's my drain acting up again in the back. But the beauty of the show was that it could be so many things to so many different people. People could argue over their favorite Doctor, and yet you'd still be talking about the same show. And, it had highs and lows. I mean, my personal philosophy is that the highs have to be higher than the lows are low, and then you're fine. And for me, I mean, because even with some of the favorite Doctors like David Tennant, I mean, even they had their duds, whether it was Fear Her or Love and Monsters. But even shows like that is Shakespeare in comparison to the stuff they have on now. I mean, what they did with the Jodie and Chris Chibnall pairing, to me, is like, you have a great relationship, and then you've been married for 20 years. Then you find it out that, you walk in, you find your wife cheating on you. And then you have the retcon with timeless children. That's like finding out, all of your kids aren't your own, and each of them have different fathers. So
I mean, the time is, isn't it? It is sad when you kind of look back at the history and then you see what's happened now, and you do see the lack of respect. I mean, Chibnall just doesn't seem to have any respect for the history. And you are right about Moffat. I will say one thing. I'm not a huge fan of the 50th. I think the 50th does have a lot of problems, to be quite honest with you. But over the years, I've softened up to the 50th, and I have realised, and you do make a great point, the pressure that man would have been under and his team to try please everybody. And I think he did genuinely try to please everybody. And to be honest with you, he did find a way of bringing back Gallifrey after all that big build-up. And, I was happy with that, and it did have a future Doctor in it, in Peter Capaldi. So that was, yeah. I mean, look, I've softened up to the 50th, but I do agree with you. He was under, he would have been under a lot of pressure, and I'd never really taken that into consideration. So yeah, I mean, the good point, I have to say, Josh, because
and to write a whole other Doctor in there and do it not like, oh, it's a cheesy explanation. It was brilliantly done, and have John Hurt as an amazing, actor, and they had the right amount of humor, and it really worked on a lot of levels. And I saw that twice, first on TV with everyone else, and then I decided they started to show that in local theaters, and everyone gasped at 2 points when they had Peter Capaldi's intro and Tom Baker. And after that crazy poll a few weeks ago, which had Jodie came in second, I realized something, and I'm going to say this emphatically, and is that if any poll where Tom Baker isn't first or second to David Tennant, it means the people voting haven't seen a Tom Baker episode. I'm convinced of it, because if they had, there's no way that would have happened.
I agree. Listen, they're trying to elevate, and I understand in a way, this era, this is their Doctor. Some Whittaker fans love it, and it has been constantly under attack. Let's be honest about it. Everything about it has been attacked. So they are going to retaliate, and this is the best way that they can, by trying to rig polls and stuff like that to make them feel good about themselves. But I don't blame them. Who would? We do the same thing if William Hartnell came under attack, like we did. I did a poll. I put the Timeless Child. I asked who was the first incarnation of I was asking a genuine question. I wasn't trying to rile anybody up. I gave 3 options. Was it the Root Doctor? Was it William Hartnell? Or was it the Timeless Children? Of course, all the J-bots got a hold of it, and then they all start voting for, obviously, the Timeless Child. So everybody's seen this in the fandom and decided, no, that's not going to happen. William Hartnell won in the end anyway. It was close, but he ended up getting the votes because fans weren't going to, no. Listen, at the end of the day, I can understand why they do this, but you need to be asking, as I said earlier on, you need to be asking BBC the questions, and you don't. And they're going to keep, doing what they're doing. They're not promoting your Doctor. Ask them why. You need to ask those questions.
They dropped the ball. They just totally dropped the ball on this thing, and they're stubborn, and they won't give in or say that they're wrong. So long as there are 2 people who are watching the show, they won't give in. And I mean, the way it's written, it almost thinks that they think we're stupid.
Yeah.
Like little things, even in that analyzing Jodie's first story, you have, I remember, oh, wow, the sonic screwdriver, beautiful, amazing, futuristic Time Lord technology. Now you have the Timeless Children. You can make one in your own backyard in a junkyard. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
And then they have, I forget what her name was. It's like Graham's grandmother. Not Graham's grandmother. Tosin Cole's grandmother on the show. Ryan's grandmother. So not her mother, not his mother, his grandmother, okay? So at the end, they're trying to make us believe that this woman in her 60s or 70s is going to save the Doctor, and I'm going to climb up this tower. And it just didn't seem believable. It was
Well, I mean, even the fact that she fell out of the TARDIS and crashed through a train and she was okay, should have actually told everybody in the fandom that this wasn't going to go well. I mean, come on. And they explained it by saying that she was still in the first 15 hours of regeneration. But, geez, she fell through a solid metal train and she just gets up. Get up. No, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. You're right. There were some stupid elements. Ian Mega Geek always says, he has been on this channel a few times, says that the Doctor Who needs to start growing up, the writing needs to mature, and maybe he has a point.
Oh, it was terrible. And then 2 episodes later, the last one I watched, Rosa, it's like, oh, they have this elaborate guy, the enemy is just a racist guy from the future, and they have to make it that she can't give up her seat. why not just kill Rosa Parks if that's what you wanted to do? It's so silly how they had to go through that length. It was just so mundane and so ridiculous. And
yeah, but they did that because they wanted to stay. Apparently, they wanted to stay true to history. So if you were to do a Doctor Who episode where you suggest that why doesn't the racists just kill Rosa Parks? Therefore, none of the movement would have happened. Blah blah blah. Right? But they can't do that because they're supposed to be teaching us history. So they come up with this elaborate villain or this stupid villain that only trait is, as you said, to be racist and to get him to try stop the bus. But they couldn't change. It was always going to end with Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat. It was just, I didn't like the way they did it. That's an important part of African American history. And you portray it like that. That's a cheap way. And then you have a pop song playing in the background as she's being escorted off the bus. It's just, there's just so many things wrong with this era. It's like they don't even understand the history or the stories that they're trying to tell us. And it's quite shocking.
It's insulting. And it was just, it was just ridiculous how they handled it and where it's going to go. And yeah. I mean, there's some things in Doctor Who lore, you can overlook this and you can overlook that. And for the bigger picture, I mean, some people love the Daleks. I never really cared for them. They couldn't climb stairs till 1987. And two of their three appendages was a plunger and a baker's whisk. I never knew if they were going to unclog my toilet or bake me a cake. But it's true when you think about it. But they've had some positive stuff, but the writing, even in the end of Peter Capaldi's season, they had the writer Rachel Talalay, and she has this happily ever after endings. I mean, they did horrible stuff to Bill Potts and made her a Cyberman. But wait, we'll just have someone show up, push a button, and she's fine. And I thought, oh Lord. I mean, I'm glad she didn't have the fate that she did.
Yeah.
But still, just to come out at the end like that, and it was like, no, please tell me you didn't just do that. And of course they did. But Doctor Who is now, I call it the show I used to watch. And it's hard to defend right now, and I can't. And even between the classic and the new, the classic was a grittier series. And the best way to compare the two is the beginning of the third Doctor and the ninth. Both introduced a new Doctor, both had the Autons. But that was in a very clever written story, the Spearhead from Space.
Yeah.
I had a chance to watch it and how they set ooh, that is fantastic.
Right, we've actually ran out of time. Oh, Josh, we've actually ran out of time and have people actually waiting. Carl's been waiting 20 minutes now.
No,
Fair play to him. I have to bring him on. He looks like he's tired as well. It's late. He's probably late as well. It's 9 o'clock here nearly, so probably late for him. He's got his thumbs up. So yeah. So listen, thanks for coming on. We do this every Friday, as I said. So you're more than welcome to come back again next week, Josh. And if you have any other trinkets you want to show us next week, man, go for it.
Much appreciated. Okay. One of the YouTube channels I forgot to plug last time, it's Heels versus Babyface. He does some great work when it comes to analyzing the ratings of Doctor Who. The gentleman's name is Az, or he calls himself Az.
Yeah, we love him on this channel. We had him on this channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did it. I brought him on. Actually, for the first time ever, I brought someone on where I didn't get a word in edgeways. And he was making some great points, but we're big fans of Az. We've had him on the channel. I should put that stream back up for everybody again because it was a good stream. He was talking about Doctor Who and all of the other stuff as well. But listen, thanks. Az is great. We'll put his channel in the link description. We put the channel in the chat there. I'll get one of the moderators to do that. But Josh, listen, it's been absolutely a pleasure having you on. And hopefully we'll see you again next week.
It was a pleasure. Lots of love to everyone. And I'll be back soon. Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. See you later, pal.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Right, let's bring on our next guest. He's been waiting, as I said, for 20 minutes. It's Carl.
Hello, Noel. How are you?
There we go. Hopefully he's up. Everything is going a bit slow for me tonight. But there you go. We got you,
okay?
Carl. Fantastic. How are you, Carl?
Yeah, I'm fine. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm not too bad. What would you like to talk about, pal?
Right, I'm going to change the subject a minute because I think we've had enough Doctor Who for the time being. I just want to talk about Jimmy Savile. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to be very careful here. I met the guy on numerous occasions due to my job. Now, if you didn't know, I'm an ex-Ring bandsman. So, and the way I met Jimmy was he was given an honorary green beret by the Ring Commandos. So every year he would turn up to Lympstone in Devon to watch one of our concerts we put on in aid of like our gatherings that we used to have once a year. So we used to put on a concert, not just specifically for him. So I managed to meet him 4 times. Okay. And it's strange, isn't it? You never really know what goes on behind closed doors because he never came across as 2 different individuals, you know. He'd come across as somebody, you know, butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. And oh my God, the things that's come out with, you know, that we now know has been absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. So as soon as the Marines found out about that, the first thing they did was remove his honorary green beret. They literally ripped it up and pretended it didn't exist. And secondly, he had a room dedicated to him in one of the messes, and it was specifically called the Sir Jimmy Savile Room.
Wow.
So the first thing they did was completely rip it out and rebrand and rename the room. I mean, the Royal Marine Commandos, even the Royal Marines, knew nothing what was going on. The BBC never even told them. So, you know, it was just, it's just shocking, absolutely shocking.
Do you know what I mean? I've watched it like everybody. I think we've seen everything that's come out, and then we've watched obviously the documentaries. And Louis Theroux actually did one. Now you can't really find it anymore because it's kind of banned, but he did one where he actually went and interviewed Jimmy, and he said the same thing as you, Carl. When you're in the presence of this guy, you just don't know. Like, he'd say things that would be a bit odd, but then the way he'd behave, like he'd suck you into his world or something. It'd be like, because even Louis in the second documentary, which he has up on Netflix, which you can actually go and watch, he goes back then and talks to some of the people because he felt like he was fooled by Jimmy, because while he was doing this, Jimmy was still going and doing what he was supposed to be doing. So Louis actually felt like he was fooled because he used to visit Jimmy Savile, and actually Jimmy would go to his house and actually stay. This is how either manipulating the man was, or I just don't know what it was, but he just had something about him that he was able to fool people for this long. I mean, you met the guy, as you said. I mean, you must have been sick when you start hearing the stuff that was coming out. I mean, how did that make you feel?
It was just, yeah. I mean, even the commanders were absolutely fuming when they found out. They want nothing to do with him. You know, if you go to Lympstone now, his name's not even mentioned. No one, you know, it's like he's been scrubbed from their history and that lot. And he was quite revered at that time as well.
Yeah.
He was quite revered in the armed forces, you know.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He did do so much. Like, nobody can deny the things that he did for charity and stuff like that, and all the other stuff that he did. But all of that good, he was doing all these evil acts. So I mean, the only way that you can judge him is you can't judge him on the good anymore. He has to be judged on the evil acts. But I want to ask you about this BBC drama thing that they're doing now. I don't know where you stand on it, but me personally, right, this is the same organization, as I say in the video, that after they found out, like the rest of us, when ITV did that piece and start exposing this stuff, and then we got the investigation, then what was a Roundtree or whatever it was called, and then it started exposing loads of different people then. But even after they found out and it started coming out, they still celebrated the anniversary of Jimmy Savile and did a Jimmy Savile night. Now they're doing this drama thing, 6-part or whatever it is, mini series. I want to ask you, how do you feel about the BBC now doing this? Do you think it's cynical? Because I do think it's kind of like, look at us, we've changed, but dragging all this back up for the victims, you know, making the victims relive this all over again. Do you think this is a story that needs to be told, or do you think we should at least wait until the victims are all passed away so it could be told and not upset them anymore, if you know what I mean?
It's a story that needs to be buried. It needs to be buried and him forgotten about. He should not, you know, we shouldn't even be talking about it really. But there you go. You know, it's something that happened in history. But I think, yeah, we should wait until the victims are gone before we even start talking about it again. But this reminds me of Netflix and the cuties as well.
Yeah.
It's the lefties exposing themselves. And instead of, you know, covering themselves up, they're exposing themselves so everybody can see it. Everybody can now see what they're like.
Yeah,
you know.
Someone said something to me, Carl. I want to put to you. They said, what was it? When about that? It was so. Oh, I had it in my head just there. What was it? It was something like, what was it? Hold on. It was something about them making the show, and then someone made a point. I'm trying to think what the point was because it was a very valid point that they made. Yeah, concerning the right, so they haven't picked the actor for this.
No.
Right. Piers Wenger, by the way, is behind this. Just want to let you know the guy that hired Chris Chibnall is the one that green lit this 6-part mini.
They haven't got a clue, have they? They think the public will watch it. They won't.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
They won't.
Someone said, now I know the point I'm trying to make. Will BBC try to make Jimmy Savile a kind of a sympathetic person, and this is what led him? Because as you said yourself, this is the lefties. The lefties are trying to normalize paedophilia, right? We have people even on the left saying that we should forgive them. They should be rehabilitated and put back out there in society. For me personally, I can't say on this channel what should really happen to them, but the response that I can give that won't get me into trouble is that they should be locked away and the key thrown away and we never hear from them again. Do you think BBC might try to do that, or do you think, you know, if they do this, do you think they can do it justice for starters? I agree with you. I think this is a whole shit show. Shouldn't even be getting made, Carl. It shouldn't be getting made. This is an absolute.
What I'm going to say defines everything. Do you know anything about the statue that's out the front of the BBC studios?
No, I don't actually.
It was designed and created by a paedophile who raped his wife, his daughter, and the family dog. And that's factual. You can check that out.
Wow.
So sums it up. Sums up BBC, what it's all about.
I don't know how they're getting away with this, and shame on them for getting the victims involved in this to try give us some validation. There is no validation for making this.
Absolutely none.
Watch the video. Listen, even YouTube have censored me, right? I put up the video yesterday, right? And now with the new thing with YouTube is you have to wait at least 20 minutes to see if your video gets passed for ads. I get this thing back, your video is not suitable for advertisers, so I appealed it. Normally when I appeal it, I win. I didn't win this time.
No.
Because watch the video. I even put that there was bad language in the video because I do use a lot, because you will hear it in my voice. I'm angry, I'm upset. You know, this didn't happen to me, but we've all seen it play out in the media. Those poor victims. Some of these victims were cancer patients, terminally ill cancer patients, and they think it's okay. No, this is wrong on any level. Carl is right. This kind of shit needs to be buried. You're giving the man more limelight You know what I mean? This is what he'd want. He was sadistic like that. Right, when he died and he knew he didn't get caught, I can guarantee he knew then it'd all be exposed. He wasn't a stupid man. This man was clever. He was what he
wanted to
did.
become notorious. He wanted to be
Yeah.
notorious, and he wanted to be loved. You know,
exactly. And he fooled everybody. Me as a kid watched Jim Will Fix It growing up. We all did. We all got fooled by that man, and I think that's why it's so revolting, and I think that's why nobody wants us to. We don't want to hear about it because we were all fooled. Their parents were fooled. Even though when you look back at some of the clips and you see the way he was letting kids sit on his lap and the way he was rubbing them, it was inappropriate and stuff. But everybody laughed that shit off back in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't considered bad behavior. But little did anybody know that he even did crap in the BBC studios on the top of the pop set. In his dressing room, carrying glitter and everything. Oh my God! And they wanted to no, it's wrong.
I've just seen the comment that Tracy made as well, and I think he did as well. Tracy, just to let you know, I think that's true as well.
He did. Sure, his mother died. Louis Theroux, actually, in the first interview that you can't see, he actually asks him about that, about why he didn't report his mother dead and kept his mother in the house with him for 6 months or something. It was. You know, and nobody thought that was not normal behavior. This is the thing, though. People did report this to the BBC, and they decided to take no action.
Yeah, they just ignored it, like everything else. You make complaints now, they'll ignore you. They're not interested.
Right. Well, listen, it is a sensitive topic. But listen, Carl, I want to thank you for actually coming on and telling us your experiences and meeting the man.
No worries.
I mean, look, everybody got fooled by this man, and I think that's why we're all so angry that this was happening, and there was people that knew about it that could have stopped it in the early days and chose not to. Johnny Rotten deserves an awful lot of credit, and he doesn't get it. He did a radio interview back in the 70s. Wasn't it the 70s, Carl? Where he
it was.
Calls people out. Right.
On Radio 1 as well. He turned and said that Jimmy Savile was the wrong one.
Right. Pierce Morgan Fairplay brought him on, did the life story, and they played the audio clip. And he mentioned Savile by name, and nobody was doing that. And everybody's seeing what was going on, and everybody just turned a blind eye. And now this very same organization wants to do sensationalize it. They said they're not going to, but it's a drama. Of course, you have to sensationalize it, because if you just go with the 100% fact, it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be a hard watch. You know?
Yeah, but you know what we got to do? No, you know what we got to do? Hashtag defund the BBC.
Defund the BBC. Listen, get rid of his TV license legally. I'm going to say it though, legally. You can do it legally. You can look at everybody streams now. So you can stream your TV once it's not live. They can't screw around with you. Get rid of your TV license, guys. It's the only way we could send a message to these scum, because that's what the BBC is right now. And Piers Wenger greenlit this. He greenlit this, right? I read the article out in the video, by the way.
Yeah, I read it.
The video, you'll see it. I read it out. Piers Wenger greenlit this crap. And I said everybody involved in it should be sacked and should be ashamed of themselves. And you know what? I've even said it. The actor out there that takes this job, do you know what? I don't know why anybody would want to take this, but whoever it is, shame on you. Shame on you. I just hope they don't get David Tennant. That's all I said, because he did that Des thing and he can play a solo.
Yeah, he played Dennis Nielsen, didn't he?
Yeah, and he played that bleeding well. We just watched that 3-part show. Oh my God, what the Tennant's best performance of. Listen, this guy has gotten better since he left Doctor Who, but this performance terrified me. He convinced me he was Des. Oh my God! If you haven't watched it, I'll just warn you, though it is gruesome.
Yeah,
but it's well worth checking out for Tennant's performance. Everybody involved in it actually is 100% spot on. It's great. Now, of course, it's dramatized. So again, even with that story, there was some things that were left out and some things that they embellished, obviously, because when they show it on TV, that's what they have to do. And that's what they'll do with this Jimmy Savile thing. And that's why I think it's wrong. Because thousands of people, they reckon it was thousands. We still don't know the number of victims.
It wasn't hundreds, it was definitely thousands.
Yeah, because most of them died, because most of them were sick, terminally ill kids. He used to go in to get they named a wing after him and all, and he used to be able to go in and see these kids, and nobody said that, knew what he was up to. He was even reported back, if I remember, by someone, and the police did, and then the investigation was buried. You know, he had connections with the establishment, if you know what I mean. I can't say too much because I don't want to get into it. But when you've got high connections like that, it's, you know, things can be buried. And that's what happened. And it's disgusting. He had the key. You're right, Lee.
Makes it worse because I've got kids myself.
Yeah, I know.
So it makes it doubly worse.
Carl, I mean, look, the next couple of weeks is going to be interesting to see if there's any more details to this pile of rubbish, because that's what it is. But we're going to report on it, because for the simple fact is BBC need to be exposed. They're not going to normalise this crap. We don't want it. We don't want it. So the left can, you know, you can shove you around. You should be all locked up, to be quite honest with you, if you are like that. You are saying this is not the way. We're going backwards. Society is going backwards. We should be moving forward. You are trying to bring us back to the dark ages. Sorry, not happening. Not happening.
Socialism and communism. There you go.
Right, Carl, thanks. Do you want to plug anybody before you go, or?
I'm going to plug myself. Keep your eye on this channel, because I'm going to have some videos on this soon. My very first video I'm going to make is about PTSD, because I've been through it and I've had the treatment for it. So it'll give an insight for vets who are struggling, and I'll just give out numbers as well of a number you can contact, which will help you get the treatment I did. And it took me 6 months, but I got through it.
Absolutely fantastic. Listen, I'll get me moderators to put your channel. Actually, it's set up and all, has it, Carl? You've set the channel.
Not yet. When I get it set up, I'll let you know.
Right, I'll tell you what, when you get it set up, we'll bring you back on again so you can give it a live plug as well, yeah?
Okay, no worries.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Take
See
care.
you soon. Bye-bye. And that was Carl on the whole Jimmy Savile stuff. Obviously, it's a sensitive conversation, sensitive topic, and we have to treat it with the utmost respect. But those victims, and personally, I'm actually tearing up here, because those victims deserve better. Nobody should be put through this again, even if it is to show the world what this monster was like. I think we've got to, from the amount of reports and interviews that we've seen in the early days, I don't think we need a show to show us how evil this man was. We know how evil he was. He was evil personified. He was the worst part of human nature, the worst part of this human race. And we should never actually dramatize something that a monster like that did. No way. It's wrong. If you haven't checked out my video, please do watch it, and please share it and get it out there, because I don't care. I'm sick of this crap, right, with the BBC. And Piers Wenger, shame on you. Shame on you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And this is the man in charge of Doctor Who. Well, that gave Chris Chibnall the job. Disgusting. Right, let's bring him on, because he's been waiting. And I just want to say Emma is here as well, and she's been waiting a long time as well. So we've got Daniel to come on, and then we've got Emma. If anybody else wants to pop in, I will put the link in the chat when I bring Daniel on while he's talking. And then after Daniel, we'll have Emma. And if nobody else comes on, Emma will be the last guest tonight. So if you really want to add something, please come on. So let's bring him on, because he has been waiting. It's the one and only Scottish Damaras.
Hello, hello, how are you? Yes, hello, and he's so, he's so, yeah.
We're absolutely fantastic. Listen, I am aware that there's still some drama going on somewhere, but I don't really care, to be honest. We're just going to concentrate on what we do on this channel, giving you guys a voice, doing the Doctor Who news that we do the classic and the new Who watch-alongs. As you know yourself, we're going to be doing Star Wars as well, which will get people excited.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing Mandalorian. We've got loads going on. So, yeah, we're doing great. Teddy is fine. There's not been many fireworks lately, so he's calmed down a little bit. And yeah, Cheryl's doing well. I mean, the lockdown is getting to everybody, including Cheryl. So we've had a few wobbles, you know, everybody does, but we've been fine. Thanks for asking. How are you been anyway? I haven't started the clock, so you're grand.
Yeah, I'm alright. I mean, you know, listen, I come on tonight to chat about the trailer, the big Anish trailer that dropped the other night about the whole impressionist being recasted as being recasted as the or and to be honest with you, I was a bit tickled to start off, but like I owed it to myself to think of the trailer a shot, or as you can probably imagine, and I found myself actually actually enjoying it, if I'm honest. Now obviously, the guy that they've got will never is on hot, but it was a really it's a really respectful it's a really respectful performance actually, and there's a lot of attention, and obviously he it's been put into this performance, and the guy that's actually doing the performance has actually been about the fandom for or and for quite because he's been part of different productions. The most notable fan production the guy has actually starred in as the Exhausted and Surprise Ordeal, where he actually with us a Peter Capaldi impression. So the guy knows his so to speak, when it comes to impressions, and he actually got them almost down to E. It was an incredible trailer, and I'll be sure to actually pick that up next year. It was a really incredible on in the trailer.
Yeah, I've listened to the trailer. I'm just a bit suspicious with Big Finish at the moment, but
Yeah,
you know, at least we've got guys like yourself and others out there that are doing it. So then, after I obviously watch what yous have to say, I will, you know, it depends. Listen, I'd rather listen to guys like you that review these than listen to the actual reviewers themselves, because I know yous would give an honest assessment. So
yeah,
you know, again, like all Big Finish audios, I just think the jury is out on them because, you know, as fans have alluded to, especially yourself, they have gone pretty woke. So you have to
yeah,
be kind of, you know, cautious. But I'm glad that so far everything about it, you do actually like, and that's you know, that's a good start, isn't it? I suppose.
yeah.
Listen, I watched it myself. I thought John Hurt's voice was a little bit exaggerated, to be honest with you. But other than that, you
Um,
know, I did listen to it. It was pretty. It was all. Yeah, it was. Look, I think the best trailer that I've seen of Big Finish was the Dalek one. That's
yeah, and
that's
yeah,
the one that has me more excited than anything else, to be quite honest with you.
and yeah, I've already pre-ordered the Dalek series, but like in terms of the whole, audio trailer that dropped the other night, that's a sort of, that's a sort of, a prequel series to the series that John Hart had obviously recorded. So this is a prequel. So I think that this will happen. This will take place just after the night of the Doctor. You know the night of the Doctor, the 8 minute the
Yeah,
8 minute
oh my God, yeah,
short
that was very
episode.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, so yeah, he actually sounds like he actually sounds like a younger version of Hut's incarnation. That's the way that I'm kind of separating the two, but I'm going to actually get the as well, and I already own the John Hurt series as well. So what I'll do is I'll review the I'll, I'll review the two series and next year to obviously keep it respect. Oh, and I'll review both series because I think that'll be a nice tribute.
I hope they do it with respect. For the simple fact
Yeah.
is, I think everybody knew it should have been Christopher Eccleston,
Yeah.
but they got John Hurt, and let's be honest, he's a legend. He is. I mean, he's an iconic actor, and his portrayal of the War Doctor is something that fans have all fallen in love with. So yeah, I mean, I hope they do truly give it the care and the attention that it deserves. But listen, Big Finish overall, let's be honest, have been pretty successful. It's just these
Yeah.
last few years they kind of gone a bit dodgy, but they know fans are not happy right now.
Yeah.
So that I think they'll make a good effort to be respectful. I hope so for fans like you who are committed to Big Finish. Yeah, you should they should do these with justice. I mean, again, Rabbi sent me a few now to listen to. He says I think he gave me the one that everybody has been complaining about, and then he says, "Here, I'm giving you this to recover afterwards."
Yeah.
So I have 2 audios to listen to. I'm actually going to listen to them over the weekend. I might listen to them today when I get up, just before we go live. I might actually take a listen, lie down, and just take a listen and relax before we start their stream. But yeah, interesting times ahead for Big Finish anyway, Daniel.
And you can expect a whole load of reviews next year as well, because I'm going to cover some of the releases that are coming out on the channel, and as you know, it has to be said, and I would like to say to you, thank you thank you for your comment the other night, because that stream Charlotte the other night was enjoyable to actually take part in. Charlotte was absolutely fantastic as usual. So
I have to say, Charlotte is anytime she comes on, she's. I have to be honest with you, mate. You've got a good co-host there. She's fantastic. She always makes some very interesting points. And I do love having her on the classic streams, because, as you know yourself, she comes up with some all the time. I have to say, she gets us all thinking. I love the fact that that she comes on now and she's able to express those opinions. But listen, we have run out of time. I just want to shout out Tracy there, who gave us a 149 super sticker, and it's a little dog. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And she has a baby Yoda there in her picture. But Daniel, before I let you go, if you want to just give yourself a quick plug, because we have Emma waiting, and I have to say she's been waiting over a half an hour now. So if you want to let everybody know what you've got coming up on your channel, please do that now, mate.
Okay, well, on the second on the 2nd of November, as you know, like, I'm going to be bringing on Bill on Hooving, as we're going to review the Pirates for the very early finish audios, and Jesus Christ, it's a bad audio. So yeah, look forward to actually hearing me and on stream, and as well 8 days after that, Charlotte will be back on with me, and we'll do the episode 3 discussion of the fan audio, but I'll kind of shut up now and on. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem, pal. Anytime, and I'll see you over the weekend anyway for the new Who What Long.
Yeah, see you Sunday.
No problem, pal. Thank you for coming on. And we did get a $20 super chat off Alpha Omega, but you didn't leave a comment. But I want to say thank you for that super chat. Really do appreciate all the support, man, whether it's a normal chat or any you guys coming on or subbing or whatever it is. I really do appreciate all the support. I'll put the link in the chat one last time. If not, Emma is going to be the last guest for tonight, and she's waiting in the wings, so I'm going to bring her on now in just a second. There we go. So this is your last opportunity, guys, if you want to come on. If not, we'll end after Emma, and I will throw up later on. I'll throw up the trailer for the new Who watch along. We've already put the classic one up. So if you want to know what story we're doing, go and check out the trailer on the YouTube channel. Right, let's bring her on because she's been waiting a while. And fair play to her. It's Emma, so let's bring her on. Hey, Emma.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay.
Okay. What would you like to talk about tonight, Emma?
I would have to talk about something I would have to talk last week, but I've just got upset I couldn't do it.
Right. Was it about the photograph?
No, it was that Comic-Con thing.
Oh, right. They didn't give a trailer. Yeah. What upset you about it? You don't mind me asking you. Why were you? What made you get upset about the Comic-Con?
Because there was no trailer when it was all going around. There going to be one.
Right.
On it was going around. I don't know, as a YouTuber or someone saying that it was confirmed, and then it was taken out in the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened. Chris Chibnall was supposed to do that last year with another trailer, for Series 12. So again, this is the second time that someone has actually brought that up. Listen, I don't honestly know if he did or not. If there was a trailer and they pulled it the last second, I can't verify that, but for people that know Chris Chibnall and know the way he goes on, he does seem to be quite paranoid about what gets put out, and he does seem to have a problem with putting out trailers, because if you look at his era, how many trailers has he actually put out in his time with Doctor Who compared to Stephen Moffat and RTD? He doesn't put out many trailers, so I don't know, Emma. I mean, listen. I think fans like you deserve the trailer, because obviously you are fans of Whittaker and you've been loyal to Jodie Whittaker. 2 photographs wasn't good enough. But I want to ask you about the 2 photographs. Is there anything in those 2 photographs that makes you excited for the festive special?
Not really, because it was written by Chris.
I have to be honest. I agree with you. There's nothing there. I'm glad you're so honest about it. But I will ask you this. It was brought up earlier on by Charlotte about, how she was thinking maybe BBC might be undermining Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I want to ask you, because I think we did ask you this before, but again, this Comic-Con trailer could have been a chance for them to promote the festive special or give Jodie Whittaker more promotion. I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about the fact that they still haven't been promoting the festive special or Jodie Whittaker as much as they did during Series 11?
I've saw something on a local news this evening, and they're saying that they can't do as much promoting as because of childcare issues because of COVID.
But I mean, okay, they I can understand where you're coming from, because they couldn't do like trailers or something like that. But I mean, they could still promote her. They could still put her on the Doctor Who magazine every week. They could be promoting her on all their social media platforms a lot more. Let's be honest, they could be. I mean, there is so much they can do without having to do. I mean, we already know that the Christmas or the festive special was filmed, right? We know it's there. It's in the can, so they have it ready. So why didn't he give us a trailer? A trailer is basically taking clips from the episode that he's already prepared. So I mean, they have to do is edit a few clips together and give us a 30-second teaser, but he doesn't even do that.
The rumours they're doing it on Sunday Need now going around.
So they're gonna wait till right,
because
and
that was somewhere.
Right, so children in need. So I remember this last year as well. Didn't they say the same thing, that a trailer would be dropped children in need? what happened on Children in Need? Jodie Whittaker came out to a little girl, and that was it. So there was no trailer. Listen, if he didn't show the trailer now, everybody is saying because Children in Need is the next big thing, so they've all automatically assumed. But last year he didn't put it out, Children in Need either. So okay, that's a rumor that's going around, but I'm being honest with you. Children in Need is too late.
I'm fuming with Chris anyway.
You what?
I'm fuming with Chris.
Chris Chibnall?
Yeah, because I think he's throwing Sodi under the bus.
Well, listen, you'll be surprised when I say this. I said this last year on this channel, but the J-bots don't tell all you Jodie Whittaker fans that I said that. I said he's thrown her under the bus, and that's exactly what he is doing. And by the way, just to let you know, he'll save his job over Jodie Whittaker. So this is why I think you fans, Jodie Whittaker fans, need to be questioning the BBC and demanding that she gets more promotion, because she's not getting that promotion. You need to ask the questions. Well, listen, other than, I mean, you said you're not excited for the festive special. I mean, I can I ask you at this point, are you even excited about the possibility of Series 13 starting to film, and we might actually get Series 13 in the next year or two? Does that even excite you now?
No, I think for the best for Sodi, I think he should just leave.
Yeah, see, I
Because
agree with you. Yeah,
I think it's going to damage her career if she carries on.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think she will damage her career. I think she does need to go, and I think this is the perfect opportunity for her to go. To be quite honest with you, I mean, she has 2 years under her belt. She could do the festive special. They released that New Year's Day. That's technically 3 years. She could go with her She could go with her head held high, because people have already said that it's not all her fault. It's the writing that's bad. It's Chris Chibnall and his team. So she could go and listen. I watched Who Do You Think You Are with Jodie Whittaker, and I have to be honest with you, she actually shocked me. She started off at the start, and I thought she was going to be, she started criticizing the men at first, but then she got to know this guy Walter that was part of her family, and she got to know how heroic he was. He got shot in World War I, and then he came back. He was hospitalized. He recovered, and then he went back. And when he went back, he died. But for the first time ever, I saw Jodie Whittaker, and I mean Jodie Whittaker herself, show emotion, and it was quite sweet. It was, because this was a woman that, if you listen to the BBC, and I'm not saying she's not, a feminist and all of this with the rubbish that she comes out with. You can clearly see that she is, but you could see that this woman was getting to see that not all men are bad. She was getting to see that this person that was in her family was a hero twice over, and it was really sweet. The moment she actually breaks down, right, and then she goes and visits him, his grave, and it was just such a poignant moment. See, this is the side of Whittaker that Doctor Who fans have been robbed of, because I heard, I've watched Broadchurch. She does do emotion very well. I've said it for years now. Jodie Whittaker does emotion very well. So why hasn't Chris Chibnall actually written to her strengths? But he hasn't. Emma, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'm fuming with BBC anyway because of this new thing they're doing.
Oh yeah, we spoke about him earlier on. I know, yeah, it's quite disgusting, isn't it? I just look with the BBC now. Yes, yeah, with Emma, I'm just kind of like, I just don't know where this organization or what this organization's trying to do. Everything about it just stinks right now. And it's horrible. Doctor Who. They own Doctor Who, to be quite honest with you right now, because to be attached to something now. I just can't get my head around that anymore. I just don't know what to say anymore. I mean, we can all see what the problem is with everything at the BBC. We can all see the problems with Doctor Who and all the other stuff that they do. But the only ones that can't seem to see it is the BBC themselves. Or they're just ignoring it, Emma, which is worse. And if they're, which I think they are doing, they're ignoring it. And that's a shame. But listen, is there? I mean, look, for you as a Jodie Whittaker fan, I'll say this: you deserve the trailer, that Comic Con, and it was disgraceful that you didn't. But look, you will get a trailer at some stage, because it'll be impossible not to do a trailer for this and just to drop the episode and think. But listen, I will say this to you though: if they don't drop a trailer, I think Jodie Whittaker fans really need to take that as a sign that maybe something isn't, there's something not right anyway, right? But there's some Jodie fans out there, unlike you, that are still stubborn. You can see that there's something happening, right? So the rest of them need to cop on and start asking those questions. And listen, you should demand that Jodie Whittaker gets more promotion, because it's if this does turn out to be her, I'm not saying it is, but if Series 13 does go ahead and it does turn out to be her last series, she will deserve that final promotion push. If they don't promote it, then I'd seriously, I wouldn't, if I was a Jodie Whittaker fan, I wouldn't watch Doctor Who again after the way they treated Whittaker. It's as simple as that. That's the way I'd stand on it anyway, if I was a Whittaker fan. But listen, then, we ran out of time, but I'll give you the opportunity. Do you want to plug any channel before you leave, or do you want to say anything else?
It's just this last thing I want to say. It doesn't matter what side we're on, but I've been getting death threat today on Twitter.
You got a death threat today on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm messing to.
See, this I won't ask you who they are, because I can't do that. I can't do that live on the stream. But I will say this: anybody sending death threats to Emma or anybody else because they support me, or coming out with vicious lies because they support me, you're sick. It's below the belt, and leave Emma and everybody else alone. Sending death threats. Listen, I've been sent. Everybody's been sent. But why are you sending people that have decided to use their own head, their own intelligence, like Emma has? Emma was originally, and she'll admit this, was originally listening to all the rubbish about me. But Emma took it upon herself to come and check out my channel, and she sees that the stuff that's being said about me is bull. Now, if you are now bullying this girl because she's done this, you're a disgusting, vile individuals. I will say to you, if you want to send me screenshots on Twitter, but don't put them on Twitter, but in a private message, and send them to me. I'll cover the person's name, but I'll show everybody on Twitter that you're being picked on, because I'm not going to tolerate that. Nobody should be bullied because they follow anybody, or they have a political view or a different stance on a subject. You really need to cop on out there, whoever you are. Emma, I'm sorry it's happened to you, but listen, if you do want to send me those screenshots, send them to me in a private message, and I will pull it up for everybody to see, because I'm not going to let that happen anymore. This is absolutely ridiculous. These are vile people picking on people that are vulnerable. I'm sick of this crap. If you have a problem with me, come after me. Don't be going after other people. Absolutely disgusting. Emma, I'm sorry that's happened to you, but as I said, if you want to send me those screenshots, please do. But my advice to you is this: the person that has threatened you, block them. right? It's as simple as that. Listen, I find if you block these people, you get a lot more peace on Twitter or wherever they've sent you the threatening message on. Block them on that platform, right? Report them first, actually. If you've got proof that they threatened you, report them first, then block them. And then if you want me to send a screenshot, then we can get people, if it's a genuine threat, obviously, then I will get people to report it. It's as simple as that. That's the way it goes. We're not going to allow that behavior on anybody. No way. Yeah. So there you go. Right. Listen, Emma, if any more that nonsense carries on, you let me know, okay?
Yeah.
Right, then. You look after yourself and have a great weekend, all right?
Yeah.
Right. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Like, seriously, people, you need to get a grip with yourselves. Picking on others because they follow someone or they have a different political view or they like a certain ice cream that you don't like. See how ridiculous this gets. See how ridiculous society has gotten. You need to all calm the feck down, take a chill pill and cop on to yourselves. Everybody. I'm sick of all this nonsense. That's why I'm not even acknowledging what's going on, because I know there's still crap going on, but I'm not acknowledging it because I don't care anymore. Let them say what they want to say about me and others out there. I don't care. People come to my channel and they see who I am and they see who we have on. And Emma, you're getting a lot of support in the chat, and that's the way it'll always be. We'll support you on this channel. You don't worry. Fucking sick of people. Leave Emma alone. Leave Daniel alone. Leave everybody else out of this. Sick of this rubbish. All because certain people don't like a certain actress or a certain TV show now, and this is how bad we've gotten. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right, we've got one more guest. We got one in before the deadline, and I'm gonna bring him on. He just be in the chat all the time, so it'll be interesting to see what he has to talk about or what he wants to say. But guys, listen, I want to thank all the guests that have come on tonight. These have all been absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to bring on our last guest now, who is PD Rich.
Hey, Noel, you got me coming through clear?
I do indeed, mate. I do indeed.
Oh, that's great. Sorry, I'm on a cheap microphone here. My camera's not working, so you're just going to have my avatar. What was I going to say to you? What is wrong with fandom at the moment?
You know what? I honestly don't know anymore. I'm baffled by everything that's gone on in the last few months. It's I thought, you know what I think it is? I said this to someone, we're going through a global pandemic right now.
Yep.
And let's be honest, we're either in lockdown or we're not in lockdown. And I think what's happened is a lot of things seem to be heightened because most of us have stayed indoors. Most of us have followed the lockdown rules or whatever. And I think that's what's happened. I just think everything is elevated, and I think everybody's just basically lost the plot. I think any little thing that happens now gets over exaggerated or or people make a big deal out of it, and then before you know it becomes this big huge thing, and then everybody is fighting. It's ridiculous. I don't know it's not just the Doctor Who fandom though, it's all fandoms right now.
Star Trek's ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah, but I think it's got to do with what the situation that we're in. I know it was bad before this, but it wasn't this bad, and I just think everything is elevated because we're being told we can't do things that we took for granted, and it is hard. It is hard to adjust. There are going to be people that will fight back against that, and then there'll be other people that'll take their frustrations out on social media, and stuff like that, and that's what happens, Rich. But go ahead. I'm not going to keep ranting on here. Obviously, you're here because you want to talk, so I will shut up now. Is there anything?
No, keep talking, mate. It's interesting to know.
Yeah, I just think it's good. That's my theory on it anyway. If someone in the chat or yourself, if you think it's something else, then by all means, because I think we should get different points of view. Because it is kind of strange these last few months, especially since the lockdown, that everybody seems to be on edge. Fandoms have changed, and it has become a lot more toxic. And I think we do need to ask those questions. Why? I think it is a little bit of cabin fever, if I'm honest. But if you think it's something else, or anybody in the chat there who's listening to us right now, if you have a different explanation, let us know. But yeah, that's what I think. I don't know what you think personally, Rich, but yeah, that's my opinion.
I'm absolutely stumped. That's why I came on to ask you. Absolutely stumped, because I remember being on Star Trek pages on Facebook, and everyone's being all friendly with each other. And then suddenly Discovery comes, and everyone starts attacking each other over the stupidest little thing.
Yeah.
It just turned into open warfare like overnight.
Yeah, I think what's happened is, when all of these things first start happening, obviously the people that are on the side of, these things should be respected and treated with respect, and characters should be treated with respect and all.
Yeah.
And then they were fighting back, and then the other side obviously didn't like that, and then they start fighting back, but they let it go. But then now I'm seeing now that arguments that people have had months ago or even last year are being dragged back up again. And I'm like, you dealt with this a year ago. Will you leave it out? I don't know what do you know what it is? Everybody has to be right. And I'm guilty of that as well. Listen, I'm guilty of that as well. And there are a few others out there that are guilty of that as well. But the thing about it is, I think everybody has lost, no matter what side you're on, you have an objective.
It's turned into gang warfare.
What your objective is, it's just become personal attacks, vendettas. I just don't get it. People cancelling people. I actually seen a tweet last night that sickened me. Someone wrote up, I know cancel culture is fun, but it's not fun when this. And I'm like, you think cancel culture is fun?
It's not fun at all.
I've
been cancelled myself.
Unless it's actually a legit cancellation of someone. What you're seeing right now is there's people being cancelled because they said something about, say I'll use Garrett Roberts as an example. So Garrett Roberts, as you know, is a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and he made some jokes a couple of years back, 3 years back, or whatever it was, and he got cancelled because of them, because some author, female or a feminist, felt threatened by his comments, jokes that he made 3 years ago.
Yeah. Do you remember back in our days where it used to be sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you?
Yeah.
It's completely changed.
It's not like that anymore. I just don't know what's changed. I'm just baffled by fandom right now. And that's why, I mean, I don't want to mention anything that I've been involved in, because I don't want to go there. But in general, you see it happening to other people, and I just can't get my head around it anymore. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that the position that I've probably got myself in up until now, I was always going to get some sort of hate. That's fair enough. Yeah. But I think over the last year or so, I think I've came to the realization, because you've seen it. I haven't. This is what happens. Normally when people attack me, what do I always do, guys? You've seen it in the past. I go on the offensive. I defend myself. And then that comes across as me. I'm somehow playing the victim. Right? But this time around, if you noticed, I did start defending myself at first. But then I thought about it and I was like, what's the point? What's the point?
Yeah,
I don't care what people say about me anymore. I don't care. And that's the way everybody else should be. There's a couple of YouTubers out there. Do you know why they don't crack up? Or do you know why they don't, get into all this personal nonsense? Because they've got it in their head is, listen, let these people say what they want. At the end of the day, it's the people who are watching you, who interact with you, who come onto your channel, they're the ones you should care about.
Yeah, so, carry on.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Whatever drama is going on somewhere else, I don't care. I'm gonna concentrate on the people that come and watch me, and like to listen to me and people that want to come on, interact. That's what I'm all about. I don't care anymore. That's the way I am. So, that's if not, see, here's the thing. You can't keep fighting everybody.
No,
right?
no, you just die
Because
tired.
at the end of the day, well, listen, since I started, right, there's always been someone trying to take a pop at me. I always defend myself and blah, 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 blah. And then the cycle continues.
Yeah.
Right? I'm done now. The cycle's finished because I'm not responding anymore. I'm done. I'm not even going to mention people's names, as I said, but I'm done with drama. I want to move on with the channel and do things like this. Bring people like Rich on. Bring people like Emma on, who come on, who's a Jodie Whittaker fan. Bring people on like Daniel, Charlotte, whoever else wants to come on. Josh, different people. Gary, not Gary, Carl. We had Carl on. Different people with different opinions. That's what I'm about now. I don't care what people think of me. Don't care what people are saying about me anymore. This is our community, right? And we're going to do what we do best, which is keep you guys hopefully entertained. And I hope I do that for you.
Yeah. Amen to that, brother.
Thanks very much. But listen, without guys like you, though, Rich, coming on here, supporting me,
I'll support you.
A bit of dialogue with me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I just want to say a big thank you to you and Lee and Rabbi for bringing me into the fold, actually, because I've been away with a lot of the American Fandom Menace members.
Yeah.
Or calling us members, if you know what I mean. We're all kind of still loosely affiliated. But so thanks a lot for all that.
No, listen, look, man. As I said, we just love what we do.
Exactly.
And I mean, if you watched Rabbi's channel last night, we do get competitive on the quiz.
Yeah. Sorry I wasn't around for that last night.
No, you're grand. But I was ripping the crap out of Rabbi all through, and he was ripping the crap. It was so good. And then we had the comic book thing, and I'm not even into comic books, and he made me host on his channel. And I'm enjoying it so much. It's coming together.
Yeah.
Look, we're just enjoying what we're doing, and hopefully you guys are actually enjoying it as well. And that's why, as I said, this channel is going to start, as I said, we've been saying it for months, but we're going to continue to do other stuff, bring on other guests. Every Wednesday now, I'm going to have a rotation on Ninja Knight's channel. So we were on his channel Wednesday, just gone. Yep. He's going to be on my channel. We're doing a show together, a bit like Gary and what Doomcock do.
I love that.
Yeah, the Inquisition. Well, we're going to be doing our own version. We're going to come up with a kind of a slapstick name and stuff. And we're going to basically talk about different topics. It won't be Doctor Who. It'll be whatever's happening in Star Wars, Star Trek. He actually talks about merchandise and stuff like that. So we'll be doing stuff like that and stuff. Well, listen, I'm not talking too much, but I'll give you another couple of minutes there, mate. But is there anything else you want to bring up briefly before we finish up?
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head when you were chatting there. I think there's no middle ground anymore.
No.
I think the middle ground is completely eroded.
Yeah. And listen, we predicted this 3 years ago, though.
We all did.
Yeah. I think everybody that when she was cast, we all did. You're right, Rich. Everybody.
I'm complete with what Tom Baker said on that one.
Yeah, do your 3 years.
Give her a year. Doesn't pick up in a year.
Get rid of her. But she's not just the problem in this. So I don't think that quote should be taken exactly.
It's the writer's room as well.
So it goes with Chris Chibnall as well.
And the writer's room, yeah. They're all like writers from Doctors and all that. It's kind of really, cheap BBC drama writers.
Yeah.
If you go with cheap, you're going to get cheap.
It's sad because, I mean, I don't know if you actually ever seen me Timeless Child panel when we did that episode.
I wasn't around then.
I broke down in tears. I actually break down on that stream.
Oh, I heard about. I sent you a message on Facebook.
Yeah, some of the J bots actually made fun of that. But I actually kind of think they can laugh all they want, but I think that kind of symbolized what happened with me when I broke down. I think a lot of fans knew exactly how I felt, because
No, I knew how you felt as well. I
they,
could tell you.
they felt the same way. It's just, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah,
So when
as do I.
talking about, I just broke down. What he has done, and I still say, it still upsets me. What he has done to
Such
this
a
show
sacrilege.
is absolutely disrespectful to every actor that played the Doctor beforehand.
Exactly.
And Jodie Whittaker herself, I have to be honest, he has treated her with disrespect.
Yeah.
And, you know, shame on him. Shame on him. Shame on Pierce Wenger. But listen, you know, this era won't last forever.
No.
They do move on, and at least we do have that. The only problem we have is will there be a show for them to continue? And that's the fear that we have. And I know there's some fans out there that are so sick and tired of all of this nonsense that they'd rather it go away. But let's be honest, deep down in your heart, there's a little spark still there.
Yeah.
Like when the Doctor went to that parallel universe with Rose and Mickey. And you remember the little part of the TARDIS that was still...
Yep, still had a little bit of power in that crystal.
There's a little bit of that spark still in your heart.
The music's got excitement.
You know what? How I know, guys? Do you know how I know, guys? Because for 3 years I've been talking about Jodie Whittaker on this channel, right? And I know some of you have said, "Oh, we're still talking the same things," but we have to because it's relevant, right? But yous are all still here. Yous are all still supporting me because yous really do deep down. There's that little spark in us all. We're hoping that this can all be turned around.
Exactly. Yeah. Hope floats eternal.
Exactly. And as long as there's hope.
Spring's eternal. That's the one.
You're right, but as long as there's hope, we have something there. So listen, as I said, this era won't last forever, but let's hope after it's finished that Doctor Who.
There's a show to come back to. Yeah.
That's it. Is there anybody you'd like to promote before you leave, or do you want to promote yourself? Have you got anything that social media?
I don't have a channel. I normally just hang around Facebook. You can always find me with the Doompox page, or you're on a Nerd Rock. Sorry, not Nerd Rock. I'm not with Gary anymore. Long story. Right. But I'm with On Observations as well, the network's page. And I do follow Rob around, Nerdrotic, Doomcock, yourselves, Rabbi, Critical Drinker. So I'm around in the chat, so you can bump into me.
No problem. Listen, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Lee, and Rabbi for bringing me into the British part of the fold.
No problem. Listen, Lee is actually I'll just bring Lee on now because Lee got in just in time. I didn't see him there, so he creeped in. So we'll bring Lee on, but I'll bring Lee on before we let Rich go, just so Lee can actually just talk to him real quick there.
Hello.
Thanks for having me, buddy. Appreciate it.
It's good to listen. PD Rich is a good guy, and I would say get him on your quiz show panel on your team. He's really, really good.
Okay. Oh, so you actually helping me to draw against the Rabbi? After me big win yesterday, Lee.
Oh, you still got to do a catch up.
Rabbi, I love it. Oh, I love the dark side.
Well, I had to come on. I had to come on after what Emma said. I had to listen. Jimmy Savile couldn't get me out of bed. Jodie Whittaker, Chibnall, Piers Wenger couldn't get me out of bed. But what I heard about Emma getting death threats got me out of bed.
God, yeah.
And I tell you, look, I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just,
neither am I.
I'm just sad and disappointed with the amount of abuse and nonsense and lies and character assassinations, death threats, death wish. This has been going on for 3 years.
Yeah,
3
someone different.
fucking years, and it's got to stop.
That one gets solved, another one pops up because nobody can just get on with it. It's ridiculous. Emma being, that's really. And I hope.
Look, you can see her. You can see her. You can hear how she talks. She's genuinely a lovely person. She genuinely loves Jodie Whittaker. She genuinely loves this era. She's totally on board with what you guys say. She's just not on board with the slander and the nonsense and the crazy, batshit crazy nonsense. Okay? And because she doesn't want to align herself with that toxic, I'm going to borrow your word, level of mentality, then you want to go after her for not wanting to be part of the problem, so to speak. Listen, you can say what you want about me and Noel, and you do anyway, with impunity, which are complete lies and fallacies. And I still stand by what I said to you know who. I have absolutely no problem with that, because I was provoked into it by the slander and character assassination that we endured. And I've kept my mouth shut since, because I just want to move on. But this kind of stuff doesn't allow people to move on, because now you're going after innocent people, right? Innocent people who are not involved in any of this. Okay? I'm not saying that me and Noel are, not innocent. We play the game, but we don't participate in even remotely half the stuff that we're accused of. It's ridiculous. All these troll accounts and things. I don't have time for that shit.
That can be easily debunked, because that can be easily debunked. I put up a little video on me.
And no one is destroying anyone's channel but themselves. So
exactly.
So look at yourselves and the way you're behaving.
Porn feckin' comments in
that's ludicrous.
Everybody is getting them. I was even told on Twitter by Ninja Knight and a couple of others that do live streams have said, we get these comments all the time. Someone looking for a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, or I'm lonely or whatever the crap. I did a little video and I actually went into my YouTube studio. I showed you my spam, right? And I showed you all these comments. Look, I'm not behind any, I don't engage in that sort of thing. And there was a few people
they're only judging you by their own standards, because that's something they would definitely.
What I always say. But listen, let's just focus on
look. That's neither here nor there.
Being sent death threats.
Emma is a totally innocent person. Yeah, right? She's been open that she has autism. And there's no shame in that. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me mentioning
not at all.
that.
Call it myself.
At all. Yeah. And she has a genuine love for this era. She's totally on board with you guys. That you find it okay and acceptable to send her death threats. Seriously? A woman who has enough to deal with on a day-to-day basis than you fuckers ever do with your little privileged Twitter nonsense and your little fan groups and your little clusters of, I don't know, Discord servers or whatever it is you whisper on. Listen, she's not part of that, right? The only reason she's come on here is because she's seen all the bullshit lies that you've been spreading for all this time. And she made her own mind up that she's not going to be partisan, but she's not going to support people who act in that way. We do not act in that way. You can say what you like. We don't. We don't.
No.
And she saw through that bullshit and understood it. Now, I'm sorry if that upsets you, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And don't go after her. You come after me and Noel. You come after us, because I'll tell you what, we can look after ourselves quite well. Thank you very much. We don't need anyone to do our battles for us.
No.
Or tattletales to go off and cause more trouble.
Whatever we have. I don't know, man. Some of the stuff that's being said is ridiculous anyway. But listen, we're not saying that the recent stuff with me and Lee, those people are involved in this. But what I will say is that whoever has...
Oh, they're all cut from the same cloth. All birds of a feather flock together.
To Emma. And this is not the first time, by the way. She actually wrote up to me on Twitter a few weeks back, if you remember, Lee, when you were actually, it was way back, wasn't it? Because I think you were still on Twitter at that stage. And someone had sent her a threat. And do you remember, she actually even protected her account for a while. So this girl has had to protect her account and everything because of...
Yeah, and I bet these people are the same people who go, I'm a feminist. Yeah, or I hate ableists. I hate bullies. All this kind of stuff. And yet,
and don't realize they're the bully.
It's like you see with Gal Gadot, with all these people going on this anti-Semitic crusade against her. I mean, these people are absolutely fucking
I
insane.
know, I've seen all of that.
It's disgusting, and you can shut the fuck up, all of you people, because none of the things that you say have any validity, because you've all exposed yourselves for what you are. And you leave Emma alone. You leave her alone.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
whoever
I
it
will
is,
gun for
I'm not
you.
saying we don't know who it is.
Metaphorically.
But whoever it is, you just need to leave it out. Bullying is not tolerated. Okay? Sending death threats to someone is not tolerated. It's as simple as that. I don't know why you all guys think that this is actually.
How proud are you to go after a vulnerable adult in such a way? How fucking dare you?
I know, and you know we've seen Daniel being unfortunately caught up in some of this nonsense, and we've seen other people, and it always seems to be people that they think don't fight back, but these people, trust me, you think these people are weak, they're not. They're not. They fight back. They fight back because they know the difference between right and wrong.
And she has more strength than any of them, because she has the fortitude to actually come on here and talk to you. Unlike any of those cowards out there, those losers who just go on Twitter and like circle jerk off in their little groups. They're little liking each other's little comments and being all sarcastic, because that's all they're capable of, because they can't create anything. All they can do is sit there and go, oh, that toxic, whinge. Oh, look, they're whinging. Yeah, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Just stop. Stop it already. Grow the fuck up.
That's it. Everything needs to stop. And again, I would say as well, there's people out there kind of getting involved as well, without knowing the full facts.
Keep your fucking nose out. You don't know shit.
That's it. I just say, just keep out.
No, I've got a fucking cold, so I'm fucking wound up enough as it is.
I mean, as we said, this is the last time we're going to be talking about this fandom or fandoms in general. The behavior is just disgusting.
Yeah, we totally disassociate any of these people from now on. They don't exist.
You know, you just
until they come off the people.
Nobody seems to be. Listen, but we've seen it in the past with even the J bots, right? Now we call J bots are different to Whittaker fans.
Yeah.
But we've seen the lengths that the J bots themselves will even go to kind of.
They've got no limit.
They would move Jodie Whittaker and stick her head onto all sorts of images, as we've seen out there, which I've highlighted. People were saying it was me doing it. Listen for a minute. I don't know how to Photoshop, and that's being honest with you, right?
Yeah, anyone who knows your editing knows that you don't do Photoshop.
About that anyway or not. It's the truth. I wouldn't know the first thing how to do it, because I'll tell you something. If I did know how to do it, I have a great idea for a little music video that I wanted to do just using my head, right? And it would have been hilarious. But I don't know how to use Photoshop or how to move animation.
Yeah, the same people accusing you. The same people accusing you of this photoshopping stuff. Are the same people. Yeah, but they're the same people who say your editing is terrible. So I mean, come on, really?
Yeah, of course. Apparently, that host
dirt.
Yeah, I know. Listen, anybody with half a brain, and that's why I still have support. Apparently, yesterday, some random account that I don't even know just came down and said, it's very interesting that you're losing subs and followers. No, I haven't. My followers have actually gone up on Twitter, so I don't know where you're getting that one from. And as for me subs, they've dropped by 10, but that's a fluctuation that always happens. Those 10 will come back when they realise. Actually, forgot to tell you guys, I should be always saying at the start of the stream, but we do know how YouTube is. So don't make sure that you still subscribe to me and hit that notification bell, because I did get a message off someone earlier on. I think it was David Travels Through Time. I think he sent me a message to say that he wasn't getting all the notifications for me videos. So make sure that you still subscribe, please, just in case. But again, false narrative, that happens. It's normal. I haven't lost anybody. And quite frankly, I will say this. If people have decided to stop following me because of what's being said, well, then that's fine. I don't want them part of the channel. Because if you're going to believe, if you believe that, right, when it's blatantly everybody else can see that it's not true. It's so obvious. Like they you know what I mean? If you believe that, then you know what I mean. I'd rather you didn't follow me, because, you know, But the new one is I'm basically myself and Lee have been telling people to unfollow this person or unsubscribe to this person.
Wouldn't waste the time of day.
In fairness, you're an afterthought. We haven't even actually thought about all that. To be quite honest with you,
I gave you a notice to quit. Rather than you're not even ignored it, like reposted it, which is cause enough to take you to court, quite honestly. But I'm not going to, because I'm not going to waste money on that. I'm just going to leave you to look absolutely redundant and stupid. Listen, you create your own failure, not us.
That's it, and that's where we're going to leave it on that topic, because we don't want to drag it all up again. But all I just is this.
All I have to say,
it's done. So yeah, I mean, let's this fandom.
If people are on Twitter, can you please be mindful of Emma? Add her on there if you can. If you do see any shenanigans going on like that, please
let us know.
Look after her, and please support her and report these people, and make sure that she blocks them. And I'm sure she will do that herself. But just keep an eye and show your support for anyone, regardless of which side of the fandom you happen to fall on. I hate saying it, but there is a division. It's there. We have to acknowledge it. But please, if you do see anyone being actually bullied, rather than being the bullies and then crying that other people are bullying them, with clearly lying their tits off, not mentioning anyone in particular, snitch, liar. Just make sure that you don't accept that. Listen, people can provoke people into saying things on the spur of the cuff or whatever, but I stand by everything I've said, quite honestly, and I challenge them to do the same, because quite clearly these sorts of spurious accusations and lies have a way of coming to light anyway, so I have nothing to hide on that score.
Yeah. Do you know how I feel about all of that?
Yeah, it's dull, boring. Get over yourself.
I don't actually care anymore. I don't actually care anymore. Listen, if the people out there need to talk about me to get their views up, that's fine, fair enough. I'm not going to criticize you for that. You've obviously found a topic of conversation that people are interested in, and you get views. So walk away, help yourself. I don't give a crap anymore.
Focus on what you enjoy. Focus on what you love. If what you love happens to be going after everyone else you disagree with, then I'm sorry, you probably got the wrong focus.
Yeah,
focus on doing your own shit. We're going to focus on doing our own shit. And hey, whatever happens, happens. But, leave all this stuff out now. It's tired. It's boring. Everyone's sick of it. Everyone's complaining about it. The only people who are loving this are the fucking crazy people out there who just love to see all of us go down. So tough shit. We're not going anywhere.
And if we go down, the show will probably go down with it. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, you got another super chat there now?
Oh, do I? I do indeed. It's from Alpha Omega. It's a $20 super chat, and he says, "Catch you live next Saturday. Back to work tomorrow. We'll watch the stream after I get home from work. Have fun. Listen, enjoy work."
And Emma's just said she's reported it to the police. Good on you, love.
Good. That's it. That's the right thing to do.
It's very sensible.
You've got to stop these people in their tracks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what? I just lost for words with this fandom.
And let that be a warning to all the others thinking about doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Forget it. Just get on about your day, people. If you're spending all your time on Twitter just going after people and whinging, complaining, and trying to slur and character assassinate everyone that you disagree with,
anyway,
look at yourself first.
I have never encouraged anybody to unfollow this person in question or unsub this person.
All I did was ask for one video, or two videos actually, to be taken down. One particularly which slandered me by name, slandered me, called me evil, all this other stuff, actually evil. Think about that for a second, what that actually means. No, just no. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not behind all these fake accounts. It's well known that I run the Temple of the Golden Asda account. That's never been a secret.
Hail as.
Ever. Hail as.
Oh, buddy, yeah, that's not even a secret. Is that what they
Look,
brought?
Rabbi even like, when we do our video vault, puts my Golden Asda account on there as one of the guests. So it's well known it's me. I don't know where they're getting this idea from that I'm hiding this. Just because you're stupid doesn't mean everyone else is. It's ridiculous.
That's funny. That's not even a troll account. That was put in honor of him.
And reposting people's private DMs and then denying that they ever did that is such a joke. Look, I don't care that it's out there. I stand by what I said because it's the fucking truth.
Well, in fairness, you'd just seen a video where you got character assassinated along with me, and my wife was brought into a conversation.
Yeah,
and
that's how
rightly, and yet you were right. You rightly went and you asked this person what they were at, and you didn't like their behavior.
I was angry. And I blocked him straight after I said what I had to say. I wasn't bullying him. I was character assassinated, and I responded.
Well, you had a minor on your own channel, and you encouraged them to go and talk shit about someone. So maybe you should take a long, hard look at yourself before you.
Yeah, you're only showing yourself up.
Airway before you sling mud airway. See, here's the thing. These guys never present any hardcore evidence because there never is any hardcore evidence because we aren't behind any.
And they're willing to break all codes by posting private messages. Well done. Listen, I don't care because I still stand by it. I will always stand by it. And look, it just proves you're a snitch and you're not trustworthy. So I doubt anything that comes out of your mouth from now on anyway.
Yeah, we've got better things to be doing now. So, right, let's change the subject because you are over time, but we've got Rick with us here. So we'll give the both of you a bit of a yoke. But is there anything else you'd like to bring up while I have you here? I want to ask you about the Jimmy Savile thing, actually, and about
who's going to watch it? Who's going to watch it? The last people on the planet that should be doing a drama on this subject is the BBC itself, because they can spin it to make themselves come out of this smelling of roses. I don't trust them. It's full of common purpose, and common purpose have a particular agenda. End of. That's all I'll say.
Okay, right. Well, that was brief. Rich, I'll give you the last word before we finish up for tonight. Is there anything else?
Get him on your quiz. Get him on your.
I will. If you want me on
I'll get my camera to work. I'll come on.
No problem.
You don't even need a camera.
I will beat the Rabbi and we'll make it 2-2. We'll make it 2-2.
Sorry, Rabbi.
Yeah. Well, we did well. I will give Colin, because Colin says Colin wanted to be mentioned that he was obviously the reason why we won. So well done, Colin. Sorry, mate. He says sorry. Whose big win? I recall someone getting 9 points in one round. You did well in the picture round.
Colin was great. Colin was really good.
You did do well. I did well in the last round. I remember that anyway. But listen, we won, and that's the main thing. Sorry, I said my victory. You're right. It was hard. So well done. And he does add a commentary. Well, so I agree with an investigation into how and why he got away with it for so long. The BBC are exactly the wrong people to do it. I agree.
It should be another broadcaster.
Yeah.
And not yet. It should be another 10, 15 years' time.
Or nobody should be doing it at all.
Pretty much. There's that as well.
Yeah, you did really well in that pictures round. Really well.
Yeah, he did do well in the pictures.
Actually, I got 3 points in one round. I can't remember which one. Oh, yeah, it must have been that round. Yeah, I got 3 points.
Round. I remember the first round I did very well, but I think Dan has made them super hard over the weeks, and that's good because the harder they get, the better, to be honest with you. But yeah, it goes to show you can take a big lead in round one, but if you get the picture round and you do well in that, you can actually take the lead, and that's what happened. So it was close. It would have been close if we didn't do well in that picture round. I'd say it would have went down to the last round, and I say one of us would have shaved it by 1 or 2 points. But yeah, it was a good one.
And a big shout out to unknown. Can't remember the numbers. Unknown 289, I think it was.
Annoying. He got 9 out of 10 right.
He got 9 out of 10. He got not 9 out of 10. He got 9 points this week, and he got 10 points last week, and he's won in the chat. People
want to beat in the chat. So he's the one to beat in the chat.
People are playing in the chat, which the contestants can't see, but they get. So if you do come on to the chat in the quiz show on Rabbi's channel, we do have all audience participation. We do our own little quiz, which I'm sort of moderating just on the
we big screen our computer, so we can't see the chat, or we go into the private chat. And I have to say, the weeks that we've done I have to know the nobody using the comments. Everybody stuck to the rules, and that's brilliant. But I mean, look, it's me, Rabbi, and the people that we get on. You are a good, honest bunch, and I'm glad that you are actually. See, that was the one thing I was worried about though in the live chat. That's why I said we have to make sure that the contestants are not in the live chat, because, you know, just in case, because you are all smart people in the chat, as we've gathered already when we do the quizzes. So, you know, it'd be cheating if we looked. But I'm glad you are actually having our own little quiz now in the chat, and you are actually playing along. And well done, Simone. That's second week in a row anyway. I know you've came top, so well done. And everybody else, listen, if you want to take part, remember, myself and Rab, I don't know if you have to go to Rab, but I don't know how he does it. But if you want to be on my team, all you have to do is send me a message and let me know before next.
I think with Rabbi, you just drop him a message on his Twitter or something.
Yeah, I think this is available. You could, if you want to be my teammate on Wednesday. It's Wednesday, isn't it? No.
Thursday.
Thursday. If you want to be my teammate on Thursday, let us know in the next couple of days, because if you can't make it, I will then ask one of you guys in the chat. So if anybody does want to be considered for next week, just in case Rich can't make it, let me know. Okay? Right. Listen, I think that's everything covered. I think we've covered a wide range of topics tonight, from Jimmy Savile to the Doctor Who news. So for anybody that has missed the Doctor Who news anyway, there's a chance that they could be filming in the next few weeks. But obviously this is dependent on the COVID restrictions, and there might be some other work being done, you know, like external shots from camera crews, but not actually necessarily the cast.
Establishing shots.
So that's the news that's coming out from Eddie of Scarrow. So go and check out his Talk the Doctor TV video channel. I'm assuming if he's put it up on Twitter already, he's going to do a video on the news. What I'll do is I'll put up a small, brief video for you. It's about 2 minutes long, and tell you what he's actually saying. But Eddie is one of those out there that you should seriously consider subscribing to, along with Gary from Neurotics. And obviously the Tardis Zone. I'm going to plug myself, of course. The Tardis Zone for Doctor Who news. But remember, as I always say on this channel, until anything is verified by the BBC, we all know that the news that we put out there is rumor and speculation. And you know, as most of the sources out there always.
No, you're evil. You're evil. Yeah, you're evil for saying it's just a rumor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, evil.
There you go. As I said, anyway, you know, BBC confirmed these things on the BBC press office page, which they've done with every other single show. So logic would dictate that they do the same. I still don't buy this rubbish that's out there, and I think Doctor Who Production News put it out there as well that they could be doing, you know. They're filming. They just said that they're not filming because you don't want people to break lockdown. It's ridiculous because the restrictions are so strict that if anybody was to break them, they'd be getting fines left, right, and centre. So I just don't see it. It doesn't add up because, as I said, they've actually announced every other show on the BBC press office. So this is, listen, I've also been told, actually, what I forgot to add, actually, is that there'll be some sort of, where is it? I just want to get it right. Filming will start the first week of November. As I said, it's all until we know for definite. And apparently, and there'll be a photo and a press release planned.
I hope it's not another table.
So it's obviously, now remember, I have to say this again, it's obviously, all based on COVID restrictions. So what I'm basically trying to say there, even though I'm giving you this news, and I am saying it's source information anyway, but because of the COVID restrictions, things can change very, very quickly, if you know what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Things can change. So apparently there will be a press release. There's a press release planned for November. Rumored, obviously, as I said, but this does come from Eddie Ascaro, so it's up to you as whether. Again, this is why we put this news out there, so you guys can now discuss it and see what do you think. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So, I mean, if people want to go and debunk this, they can go and debunk it. Eddie is
Listen, this kind of stuff is what fandom is all about. I mean, we've been discussing rumors for decades. It's not a new thing. And look, it's an open marketplace for all of these things. It's there to be discussed and picked through. Not picked on. That's what they do.
Well, listen, if this press release does happen, it will again and again. I don't want to get into this.
It seems even if they were saying that they wouldn't announce it to keep people away from the area. I think that's highly irresponsible if they did do that. I think it would be much more responsible to say, yes, we are filming, because if these things leak and people then descend and there's nothing in place to tell people not to, then that's more dangerous. Exactly. Where it'd be much more responsible if the BBC were to start filming, to announce that they are filming, and then to announce for people to stay away.
Well, listen, if there's a press release and it comes out to say then that they're officially starting filming, well, then again, I don't really need to say anything, but I'll just make it clear again that I've been vindicated for the second time. I mean, it's not good enough that it came out of Jodie Whittaker's mouth for some people, but if it comes out from a press release from the BBC themselves that they've only started filming in November or whatever, well then, vindication. Because people out there, several people out there, as you know, in the fandom, have been saying that filming has already begun. So we will wait. As I said, though, again, nobody knows, because in the COVID age that we're living in, things change every second of every day. There's new local lockdowns added. There's some lifted. It changes every day. So again, as I've said on this channel, every bit of news that's put out there from people that do source news is they know when they're putting it out there that's not fact, and they never say it's fact. They say it's rumor. They say it's rumor. It's source information. They let you know. They put that disclaimer out there, and the only reason why they do that is because it is very dangerous for people to say that it is fact. And that was one of the mistakes I made last year myself. If you remember, I did make those mistakes last year, but I'm not making them this year. But I've seemed to got myself into this situation where, even though I am being cautious now, apparently it's the wrong thing to be saying, or as Lee said, I'm evil because I'm saying certain things. Ridiculous. But listen, that's the news. That's been the Tardis Zone Talks. I want to thank every single guest that came on tonight, including everybody that gave us a super chat as well. This has been absolutely wonderful. Lee, you go and get yourself some Lensip now and plenty of vitamin C in you, mate.
No, do you think we should play them the little treat at the end, just to get their appetite for tomorrow?
Oh, do you want me to play?
Yeah, go on. I think.
Right, okay.
Why
right then. So, as I said, Lee put together, he surprised me and he blew me away. And I actually got I even said it's one of the nicest things anybody, and it is. But this does showcase Lee's work. And I have to be honest. He said that he wanted to originally slow this one down a little bit, and I was like, no, it's perfect the way it is, and I think you will agree with me. So without further ado, because if I don't shut up, he's going to have a heart attack in the chat because I can see he's just play it. Right, I'm going to play it now.
Yeah.
Right, here he is, go. So this is the new, hold on, I want to take, no offense, Colin, but I'm going to take your comment off. If you don't mind, just wait.
Just bearing in mind as well, I had to reduce it down to a size that can play on StreamYard, so it's not the best quality visually, but hey.
Are you ready for this?
We'll post the HD version later.
Yes. Right, here you go. This is for all you guys. I might as well, now that I'm doing this, just throw it up on YouTube and everywhere later on, just to let everybody see, so we can get more hype going. Why not? Right, here we go. Here's the new trailer for Classic Who watch-alongs. And that epic, and here's the thing that's funny, you know, Lee apparently is busy, like, you know, doing all of this other stuff apparently, but no, he's been busy working on stuff for my channel, so he hasn't got time for all of this other nonsense. But guys,
that's what you do when you don't waste your time on the internet.
What do you think, guys? Seriously, let's see what people are saying in the chat. I'll play it again if you want me to.
Thank you, guys.
I've watched it over and over a few times. You want to see it again? Let me see if everybody.
We'll put up the HD version on your channel, and
I like the full twist at the end. So do I. I love the way it's not black and white, then it goes into color. It is. I have to be honest with you, Lee. Well done, man.
You're welcome.
But again,
yeah, well done, bud.
Again, the thing about it is, though, you know, and I just want to highlight this. There's certain people out there saying that he's doing this, that, and the other. He's too busy. He's busy doing stuff to try and improve this channel, and he's been doing other work for other people as well, video. So he hasn't got time for all of this, like, you know, troll accounts and all.
Can I tell you, getting off, being suspended off of Twitter has been the most productive thing ever.
They want me to play it again. I'll play it again. Here we go. Play it again. And by the way, if anybody does want any channel rebrands done, this is the guy for you. I'm being honest with you. Reasonable prices as well, he says. So go and contact him. Here it is once again. It blows me away every time. I love it. And everybody's saying amazing work, fantastic trailer. Let me see, where else have we got there? Absolutely fantastic. Listen, everybody loves it.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
Well done. Well done. Fantastic. I love it. Now I'm about to leave now and leave you his other trailer, obviously the trailer for the channel. And as you know, he did the Tardis Zone Talks one as well. So listen, he's been busy doing all these things for me. So I'd just like to say to people out there, just use that common sense, right? The guy is busy doing stuff for me. All of this rubbish that's been said about us two is absolute lies. Just come onto the channel, you see for yourselves. We're busy doing other stuff. We want to be doing this. We want to be concentrating on all of this. That trailer made us all happy. That's all we want to do on this channel.
Don't judge us by your standards.
Guys, yeah, exactly. We want to keep the guys that have supported us through thick and thin, right? We want to keep those guys happy. And that's we're all about you guys that follow us right now, that are in the chat, that come on as guests, right? We do this for you. We don't want to be getting involved in any drama, and we won't be anymore, because we've decided enough is a bloody enough. And we're going to concentrate on what keeps you all happy. which is doing all of this stuff on this channel. So
yeah, can't we just all get along?
It's not allowed, apparently.
It's not allowed anymore.
No.
No.
Yeah, if you
Twitter
have
says we
opinions,
can't.
then no, you can't do
can't
that.
have that
You have to
anymore.
conform to do that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for the super chats. As I said, that has been the Tardis Zone Talks. I hope you have liked Lee's work. Go and check him out. As he said, where will they find you, Lee? Sorry.
Oh, I'm still working on a secondary YouTube channel to put this stuff up, but once I've got some more commissions in and more work to put up, I'll release all that.
Right. Well, I suppose you do see most of his work on this, and he does. But if you do, that's a reason to subscribe. You'll be supporting Lee as well. Shameful plug there, but that's a big one. Money mess. But listen, seriously though, check out his work on the channel. I've actually put the Tardis Zone trailer up. It's actually pinned to the actual channel.
Yeah, Noel will put out the HD version on his channel soon, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, because he sent it to me, so I'll put now that I asked him last night, I gave him the option. I said, "Do you want me to put this out now and show everybody, or will we wait?" And then we came to the agreement last night to wait. But then, obviously, then with all the crap that's going on, why not show it to everybody and get everybody excited? Because we want to show everybody that we're not responding to that nonsense. And I actually haven't. You can check me. I haven't even responded. I don't care. Don't care anymore. Right? It's as simple as that. We're done. We've moved on. Walk on by. Walking on by. So we're done. We've got Star Wars coming up. We've got The Mandalorian coming up. Next month, we're going to have Star Trek. All in between that, then, we're going to have either Doctor Who news or maybe a trailer, maybe not a trailer. We don't know. We might get first-hand look at them filming Series 13. You never know. There's plenty of stuff to come up. Plenty. And we'll be here every step of the way with you guys. Well, hopefully you guys will still be here with, supporting us because, as I said, your support does mean a lot. And I'm going to shut up now because my voice is about to go, actually, believe it or not.
Don't tell me about it.
I actually shouted too much yesterday during me Jimmy Savile video that I actually think I did some damage to me vocal cords, believe it or not. I'm just totally disgusted by all of that, and I will live with this. BBC need to understand that people don't want, the general public does not want this. And I would say to Piers Wenger, I know I give out about it a lot on this, and rightly
he's probably pleased with it editorially.
I'd have to say to you, I would question the thinking behind this, but I think you should listen because there is a backlash to this. I honestly think you should listen.
If Duties wasn't a big enough backlash for people to get an idea, then I don't understand what the BBC is thinking.
So I just say to you, listen, use for once in your life, mate, use your common sense and bury this.
Yeah, not your common purpose.
Earlier on, just bury it. At least until all the victims have died, and if their families, their relatives that are alive want this story to be told because they don't want it to happen ever again, then we can kind of understand that to a certain extent. Just to a certain extent, I still think that this should be.
I don't actually have a problem with it being made. Like, there's plenty of shows about murders and the victims' families are still alive and all the rest of it. But the BBC shouldn't be going anywhere near this with the barge
They shouldn't be making this. That'd be the biggest argument I would have. Yes, they
this is something that should be on a subscription service or something where you can choose to watch it online.
I know they get
it forced on you and paying for it. I mean, BBC TV license fee should not be paying for this.
Or Channel 4 should do it. But in saying that, Channel 4 kind of gone a bit ropey over the years now. They used to be a channel that you'd actually watch because they do those shows like Shameless and all shows that normally, you wouldn't see on BBC because they wouldn't tackle issues like that and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I just
well, Channel 4's a publicly funded channel as well. I mean, the license fee goes towards Channel 4 as well, which a lot of people don't realise. But even though it's a commercial thing, it's still state owned. Yeah, it's still. I mean, they have commercials on there, but they're still state owned. So yeah,
they're in with Magic now. People who own Magic Radio, they got with the company that own Magic Radio.
Yeah,
so I think they're fully commercial.
I do like Magic Radio now. I have to admit, it's on the Digibox there, yeah, because they play all the old hits. But yeah, we won't go into that.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna leave you with Lee's his other trailer, the one that he made for the channel when we were doing a new intro. It was our outro. It's both. It's absolutely fantastic. But you've seen the classic one, the Tardis Zone Talks. Now we have this one. So yeah. Listen, thanks, Lee. I really do appreciate it because I know a lot of time and effort goes into these, and you know, I just can't get over the fact that people are buying half of this shit that's being said. But
let them. I don't care.
I'm gonna go.
Twitter, YouTube protects these people. They can say and slander whatever the hell they like. I stand up for myself and stand up to bullies, and I'm the one who gets suspended.
Yeah.
Simply for posting what other people have been posting, what they do on Twitter, posting other people's tweets saying, look what they're saying. And it's one rule for thee, one rule for me. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is not fair for any, and for that to be used against me as, oh, clearly if he got suspended, he's therefore X type person. And it's like, no, that's not how it works, darling.
That's it. Right, Chris has left us there with that. Chris and the mods, thank you very much. Thanks for keeping the chat relatively safe. I don't think anybody really acts up in the chat, you know, because everybody knows each other now at this stage. But he has wrote up, remember tomorrow night's Classic Who will be Attack of the Cybermen, and the hashtag is, of course, you know, this came up, Rabbi came up with this hashtag, wouldn't you know? Hashtag pink spandex forever.
Yeah.
What Attack of the Cybermen? Like that one.
Yeah. So we're doing that tomorrow, guys. And then we have obviously New Who. We've got Gridlocked on Sunday. So come and join us for them. Right. I'm going to stop nattering now. Thank you, guys. Thanks
for having me, Noel.
Thanks for the well wishes, people.
And get well soon, Lee. We need you all better. We need you back. So you get
I'll be back tomorrow regardless. I just thought I'll have a nice lie down and I'll be in my iPad. And
and Emma, if you're still out there, love, remember, if you do, I know you've reported it to the police. Well, if you actually have reported it to the police, you probably don't want to send me the screenshots now because it might affect the case. But if the police don't do anything about it, please do. I will cover the person's name because I don't want them to get bullied. But I do just want to highlight that you have been sent threats. So if you still want to send those screenshots to me, you're more than welcome to do so. Right, and I'm gonna, we give Emma the last shout out. Oh, Emma, you look after yourself.
I got out of bed for you, Emma, because I think what's been done to you is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
It's disgraceful. People need to onto themselves.
Leave her alone, for heaven's sake.
That's it. Right, we're done. I'm going to leave you with this. Good night. Stay safe. Talk to you over the weekend. And you know what they say, don't do that and I wouldn't do, which is kind of a stupid saying because we always do what we shouldn't do. Isn't that that's the truth of it? Isn't it? Right. Good night. Here you go. Lee's trailer. See you tomorrow.